Hi, everybody. Welcome on in. It's good to see you all. Let's see. Castle, thank you so much for being first. Guillaume, thank you for being second. And Clutch, thank you for being third. Sky, thank you for being fourth. Clutch, thank you for being the very first top of the stream, though. I appreciate that so much. And thank you for clicking me. And Drackley, thank you so much for being fifth. Good to see you. You a snozitivity? I guess I do, don't I? Let me, Let me get a little alarm in here. I gotta remind myself I started laundry, so I need to remember to get that changed over. I think my positivity is that today, um, hmm. I think my positivity is that I am doing laundry, you know? It's very easy to forget the little tasks, especially something like laundry, which is like you only do it every so often. And I remembered to get that started before stream, so good on me for doing that. Wrote around last night. You do not need to apologize, first off, before I read any more, Clutch. You don't need to apologize. Hey, Silver, and hi, welcome in. How are you doing? You wasn't around last night. You spent all day yesterday in the bathroom. Reflex did not get better. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're doing better today. Is that my excuse so I'm naked now? I'm not naked. I'm not naked. I do have... I'm not naked. You're sewing? That's awesome. All the people you got to know from K and you make you do so many tests. Well, I'm sure that you're acing those tests, Guillaume. I'm so proud of you. We don't know that? Yeah, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. I'm not no, I'm not. Actually, I'm not naked. It would be too cold for me to be naked. Um, but I do have like pajama shorts on, so shell on, I'm not naked. I wouldn't be naked if I didn't have a shell on. Hey, that's not true. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You sillies. Didn't leave the bathroom for 10 hours. On a related note, they really should make bath tours more comfortable to lay in. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Feeling sick like that is horrendous. Like it really is. People joke about like food poisoning and stuff like that. Like food poisoning is one of the worst feelings you can have. You can just feel horrific. The snake. It's not a snage. I'm not wearing a snage. No. You should be naked. That would be sticky. Oh no. And dysphoric. Fair enough. Slugs are not naked. No. That's not how it works. Starting soon? We are. Hey, Kive, welcome in. It has been a little bit. How's the progress on Celestial been going? If you have your own snage, you can wear it, Yachty, but there's not a snage. Don't worry about it, Trackley. You're fine. Stomach pain wasn't quite as bad as the kidney stone last year, but close. Yeah, mm-hmm. And kidney stones fucking hurt too. You entered a time chamber, yeah? How so? Um, Y'all, what are we gonna do tonight? Celestial's good. Made a Steam page. Made a build for it. Redid the visuals throughout. Hang on, let me go take a look at that. Get blueprints for Snage. I have asked people for like 3D stuff. It's a lot of work to do that, y'all. But I don't know. It might happen one day. Who fucking knows? Raz, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. You're finally to the weekend, right? Kidney stone was the worst pain you've ever went through. I um I can't really say like one way or the other, right? Because like I don't know, but I have heard that for like mask presenting people, it can be as painful as like giving birth, which is rough. I don't know that it's truly that bad. Like, it's like let's be real, giving birth is awful. You get split in two. But from what I understand, it is like one of the closest comparable feelings, maybe. You have your own stage? Oh, okay. Snail cage. Silver, and that's my shell. Give that back. I need that. Hey, that's mine. Yeah, you got it to the weekend? That's good. That's good, Raz. Did you miss what a snake was? No. We just didn't tell you. Hey, Ginger Cat, welcome in. How you doing? Best a snail girl? I don't know. There's a couple snails out there. Like 3. Snail super cute. Thank you. You good? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, hang on. Wow. Oh, it's pretty. Kive, like it's really pretty. Like holy cow. Like I liked the visuals before, and the way that they looked, but like this is like all the cards are very beautiful. And the map is beautiful. Like, all of it. I love that a lot. Let me take a look at this little trailer here. Yo, that's gorgeous. Sorry, y'all. I was a little silent there watching a little trailer for a game that Kive's been working on. Let's see here. Let me scroll up again. It looks gorgeous. Actually gorgeous. Kind of just worked like crazy a month and a half. Yeah, you would have to. Oh, Katsune. Hey, let me give you a little shout out. I was in Katsune's stream hanging out earlier. Let's get that here. There we go. A little shout out for you. Let's see. Just about the size of yours. They said it was just under the size for them. Recommended it getting surgically removed. And you passed it, measured it, and it was double what they said it was. Oh my god. Oh, that's so rough. Oh me. Oh no. I did the submissive Omega command. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I meant to do shout out. Um. Oh, I don't know what. Like, is it just not working? Is it not working? Is the shout out command not working? What's going on? Oh no, it seems to be working just fine. Okay, let me try that again. I guess it's working fine. 100% accurate? Seems like it. How you doing? I set that up literally a couple minutes before stream. I'm so sorry. I'm such a little scamp. See, they're shutting down Streamlabs. I just saw your post on that. I haven't had a chance to like look into that yet. Let me look up here. Let's see. But thank you so much for the 3 stream streak, Katsu. I really appreciate it. I know it's a little bit of bullying around here, but I appreciate you being here. And it was super fun to hang out. Hope the BDSM test goes well. Um, remember a doctor saying pretty much every patient with cluster headaches said they were the worst pain they've experienced, even if they've given birth? That's possible too. I'm trans. Have I ever played Celeste? I have played Celeste. I hate the hotel level, and I always burn out around there. Jinxie, welcome in. Thank you so much for giving me my shell back. I appreciate it. Love Celeste. Can get through the final level. Your skills were too rusty when it came out. Super fun game. Love the story. The aesthetics for each level being so unique. Absolutely, absolutely. Celeste, your enemy? Yeah, Yachty. Kive's a dev. Yeah, Kive's worked on Celestial. Let me see. Can I copy this? This is the game that Kipei's been working on. Working real hard on it. Gonna bite me consensually. I love that. Nice, thank you. Over the last 5 years, yeah. Kidney stones had an operation. It's like you're on sedative after brain goopy, then you went to the bathroom, but I came said nope, you're on sedatives anymore. Oh my goodness. Next month, yeah. Grumble, grumble, grumble. um we were in Katsu's stream. Katsu was taking the Omegaverse quiz and submissive Omega was quite upset about that, and it was very funny. We had some good laughs. And at the end, I was like, Katsu, why don't you take it again? And then she got what was it? I don't know, protective alpha or beta, something like that. I don't know. And I just had to like reinforce. Agile, no. I just had to reinforce, the whole submissive Omega thing, because it's funny. It's funny. Let's see. Was originally a fan game for Celeste? Wait, Celestial Dex was originally a fan game for Celeste? What crazy lore? Oh my goodness. Wish listed, love the art. Yeah. Hi, baby. Hi, kitty. I don't I don't know when they last ate, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't been 4 hours ago. Let's see. Just waiting for these ads to finish up. Hey, kitty cat. My body boy. Oh yeah, you just want a snuggie? All right, we can snuggie. Wash-lorsted? 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 I love it. Welcome back from ads, everybody. Should be coming back from ads. Welcome back. Welcome back. Um, if I burn out around the resort, have I ever beaten it? No. That's what burnout means. It means I was like, no, I'm done. I can't finish this. But that's so wild that Celestial Dex was a fan game for Celeste, huh? Is that what you meant? Is that what you meant? And thank you so much for the alert, Katsune. I appreciate it. You personally could never be a submissive Omega. What's below submissive Omega, Scotty? What's below that? Like what is below that one? You two are a dev, hacker, Gimlin. Yeah. Funny, during check-in, they kept asking about your back pain. Probably assuming it's kidney stone, kept saying, not more than usual. It seemed to be confusing to them, which is how you learned your chronic back pain is probably worse than you realized. Oh, yeah. You officially have plans for tonight. Nice. I hope they go well, Silvern. You've technically beaten the game, gotten through almost all the C-sides, some of the B-sides, but that was on your Switch, so now you got to do it all again on PC. Which you were doing was modded, which all you were doing was modded SJ. What's SJ? I don't know SJ. How's the hacker journey going? Jinxie is amazing, honestly. Jinxie's so good at just like taking projects apart and putting them back together. Strawberry Jam. Oh, right. Need to do the story ABC sides again on CC. Well, I wish you best of luck on that. You don't know what's below submissive Omega. You think you got anywhere near that? Yeah. Yeah, like whatever it is that submissive Omegas bully the shit out of, that's you. Uh-huh. Batched a game from 1996 for someone as well as made a full game editor for them. Yeah, nice. It's a modded map collab. Gotcha. Gonna lurk. All right. Best of luck on the games. Yeah, Jinxie also, I was working on some code the other day for a thing. For a thing. And Jinxie, okay, so it was adding a shot caller mod support for a game, and then Jinxie was like, I don't like that these shot callers have to talk to a third party server, and then like jailbroke it in 10 minutes. It was quite funny. A thing? Yeah, don't worry about it. Your top score was submissive Omega and then needy beta. Gotcha. Yeah. It was like, I'm not okay with this. And I was like, oh, huh? Okay. Well, I mean, their firmware's on the site. Then 10 minutes later, I got a DM and I was like, oh, huh. Well, that's neat. Very, very silly. Did they use wolf analogies on this test? Because your brain itches about the way that wolves don't work that way? Oh, Dracly. Oh, Dracly. So the Omegaverse, I have not engaged with it personally, but it's a whole thing. It's, I think it started as like wolf analogies, but also like, it's so much more and so much less than that. Wolves don't have alphas. I know. I know. That the Omegaverse is not about wolves anymore. It is about impregnating submissive men or something. I'm not 100% sure. You low-key forgot all about your pizza rolls for a second. Well, you go get them, Yachty. The thought process for it was that if you press the button, you want the shock to happen ASAP, not with a half-second delay or worse, not at all due to server problems. Yeah. A, B, O, shit. Yeah, it is clutch. Yeah, it is. Uh-huh. Um, yeah, it is. Let's see. Which test is this? You want to take it? I don't have the link. It's the Omegaverse test that was going around for a while. Oh no, yeah, yep. Yeah, again, Dracly, it's not about wolves anymore. It's not about wolves anymore. It's it's a whole thing. You guys can research that on your own time. Unless you don't, in which don't, right? Like, um, yeah, so Katsu was taking that test, and it was funny. It was funny. Let's see. What about what are we gonna do today, y'all? Did I study? Me? No, I didn't look it up. I don't actually care that much about that side of thing. I think that I have to say that every time alphas and omegas get mentioned, part of your brain that does. Yeah, I understand why. And yeah, in like wolf context, it doesn't make any sense. But in like whatever this is, I guess. Again, I don't really jive with it because it does kind of like fall into territory that I don't really like, which is like what is it? Like normalizing shitty alpha behavior and stuff like that, like the quote unquote alpha from like what's it called, like the Manoverse and stuff like that. It's not stuff that I like, but it is just fan fiction, so it's like, the one Omegaverse Omega you were ever ready to update it. Oh no, like you're not into kink shaming, but you are kink asking why. Fair, yeah. Having urges to put the needle in your skin. I don't know that I would recommend that, but if you do, make sure that you do it safely, right? You know, make sure it's sterilized. Um, but I can assure you that it does work. So if that's what you're trying to test for, you wouldn't need to. If you would rather trust me on it. Roar, thank you so much for being here. Hi, it's good to see you. What are we gonna do today? I don't know. My day was pretty okay. I woke up late-ish, but I didn't get like as much sleep as I would have wanted to. Um, also the thing, the thing happened to me, and I was upset about it. The only reason you ever looked at that manga was because, like, the thumbnail had the Omega's foot in view and you were scammed. Of course, yeah. That's the difference? What's the difference? Oh, sus versus not sus? Yes. Wait, did it pop up? Did you already redeem it? Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you did. Okay. Um, you're against a really old fabric. She would not trust the cleanliness of the needle. That's what I mean. Like I said, I I don't think that there's anything wrong with somebody poking themselves, right? For whatever reason it might be, but just make sure you're doing it safely, if possible. Just like a very harm reductionist kind of view on things, right? Does the Omegaverse have lesbians? I think so. I don't know. I can't answer your questions about it. I don't know. 200 stream streak, Bingus. Damn. Thank you so much for that. That's like so much support. I know you said it was coming up, so that's incredible. Thank you. You're most of the way to through a year. That's wild to think of. You refuse to be sus because you don't like Among Us and you don't like social deduction games. That's fair. That's fair. Um, yeah, y'all, today was shower day. I took a shower and okay, so I've needed to change my shampoo and conditioner, right? I've needed to change it because I found out that my shampoo and my conditioner are like toxic and I probably shouldn't be using them. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop, I think. So I went to the store and I got a new conditioner the other day because I ran out. And I take a little bit of time to like make decisions on things, even little things like what shampoo am I gonna have, right? So I spent a lot of time like looking, picking out the right things, like checking them over. And salt, no, they have this thing in them that is it's like pyrazonic zinc or something like that. That's like an endocrine disruptor and a bunch of other. It's like not even allowed in the EU. So the question why they allow it in the US, who knows? Anyways, so yeah, I like spent all this time like picking out a new conditioner, and then today was the day to use it. I got in the shower and I was washing my hair with my shampoo, and then I put my conditioner in. I was like, wait a second, something's wrong. And I looked, and I bought shampoo instead of conditioner. So now I just have two different bottles of shampoo, and I have zero conditioner, and my hair is very sad. My hair is very sad. Aurora, hi, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Hi, it's good to see you. Um, I thought that meme was very funny today. I was like immediately thought of you. Instant, like one frame. I was like, Aurora. That's Aurora right there. I love that one. Hi, Cricket Buddy. It's not time for food. I don't know what y'all are wanting. When can I next go shopping again? I can go soon. It's just, it's not that big of a deal. I'll just need to get it before next time I go, do a shower or whatever. Going for a smoke sounds good, Clutch. Thank you. You're watching a YouTube deep dive on a game called Wages of War. It took the poor YouTuber like 5 years to get the game running poorly on a VM. They said if someone knows how to edit these files, please hit me up. You tracked them down because despite knowing for help, um, asking for help had no contact anywhere at all. Yeah, this is the one you were talking about, right? Hi. Hi, Cricket. Oh my god. Like long hair? Yeah. Extra shampoo means you have shampoo for later. Like, I'm gonna use up the shampoo I have because, like, even though it's not good, I can just deal with it until it's gone. I've been using it for a long time. Using it for another month is not gonna be a big deal. But shampooing my hair twice is not very healthy for it, so and not having conditioner is not very healthy for it either. So yeah, it's a little bit sad right now. Um, let's see. What were we gonna do today? We were going to do what? It's a good question. You know, y'all should have decided this before you let me start stream. Y'all should have figured this out before you let me start. Maybe we could do. You patched the game for them, made a no CD patch, forced Windows mode on the game that didn't support a Windows mode, made a tool to edit all the files in a working 16-bit color sprite importer. Yeah. Seem to be just chatting. Yeah, but I just chatted yesterday. Soaps and shampoos, fuck your skin, which sucks to find out. Yeah. Rain World, I don't know that I'm like gonna start something new necessarily today. Um, I'm always hesitant to start something new just kind of on a whim. Can't believe I did that to you. Did that to you. Really? I didn't do anything to you. I just was sharing something a little funny, right? If I was gonna do something to you, it'd be something like that, right? You really love that game? I know someone who fucking raged at it. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to playing it. I don't know that I'm gonna play it like right now, because it is kind of like a bit of a commitment. You got mic clips? What got mic clipped? Play Don't Starve, Monster, Oxygen Train, not included together? Yeah. Why does everyone have one? Because I just took Esh's that she posted in the Discord. That's why. I was gonna get a better one. I was gonna get a better one. Someone promised me a studio quality clicker sound, like as if you were in the room with it, as if you were in the room with it. And I'm looking forward to getting that. I'll have to see if that's something they can that they're willing to do. But for right now, it's not bad, but it does have some, I don't know, it's not as clean as I was hoping, right? It does have like some noise removal going on with it, which causes it to maybe not work as well. Because if you listen, like, it's just not quite right. And I think we could be a little bit crisper. You finished taking the test? Did you get results for that, Katsune? Do you have like maybe a link that you could share? Because I could totally put that on stream and look at it. Not as smart as me, didn't drag chat through every answer, can send it to me. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. I would love, 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 love to see that. I love finding more about people, you know? Um, let me see here. Did you want me to pull it up on stream or do you just want me to go, oh, oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Oh my goodness. I knew that 100% one. I knew that 100% one there. Both of them actually I was pretty sure on. Oh, that's so great. All right, yeah. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up. Open in browser. For results on video. That's awesome. The BDSM test all Omega test, or people been doing other No, no. Omega test and BDSM test are two different things. Yeah, for sure. They're two different things. You're shocked at your Omega test results? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. How do I do this again? Here we go. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for Katsunea's big exposure? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? It is. So I knew it was gonna be Rope Bunny, and I knew it was gonna be Switch up there. I could see those coming. I could see those coming. Some of these don't really surprise me too much. Brat's about where I thought it would be. Experimentalist, non-monogamous. Those make sense from what I know. And I mean, I haven't known you that long, but they still make sense. Masochist, knew that for sure. Primal Prey, checks out. The pet one, I wasn't 100% sure on. Some people are like into the pet play, some people are not quite. But I like this. I like this. Let's see. The dominant and sadist. Okay, so that's kind of what was coming out a little bit later in chat. That's good. I like this. I like this. Is the this is the BDSM test directly. Very much a puppy and not just for the bit. Are you clear trained or are you not? Because like I know some of them are. Some people are. Very much a puppy. That's great. That's great. Every now and again, I'll make someone go eat some kibble, and by that I mean I'll just tell them to go eat some dry cereal, and it's quite good. I like that. Um, Hi, Crasitator. Welcome in. How you doing? Exhibitionist, dominant, rigger. Okay, okay. Brett Tamer. A little bit of it. You'd eat kibble? Would you eat actual kibble if I asked you to, Yachty? Like actual kibble? If I just asked nicely, maybe? Okay. This is about what I expected. Yeah, I didn't really get like if I asked you to. Do I need to tell you to? You'd eat kibble, Reese's Puff in a bowl. You know, I've got a clip of myself being like, um, what was it like? Just like I would eat dry cereal out of a bowl on the floor just to see, just to like see what that'd be like. You won't lie, kind of want to know what it tastes like. Hmm. I tell you what, Yachty, sometimes you make it really difficult. I really want to tell you to go do that right now, but that's not my place, so I won't. I won't. To make it very tempting. Um, You're a dog treats in real life RPG because your character was a stray dog style werewolf. Oh, interesting. Gotcha. It's not bad. It's got a bitter taste. It's got ashes and stuff in it. It's not quite very tasty. It's not meant for us. This actually, this checks out. This top section, I think I probably could have nailed maybe the top. Mm, top 8. I don't know that I would have put up there, but I think I could have gotten 7 out of 8. I think I could have gotten 7 out of 8. It was a character thing. Makes sense. Got a bit of a sadist side. I'm always such a kind person. That part of you just wants to be rough and in control for once. It makes sense. Whose results are we looking at? We're looking at Katsunea. Let me give her a shout out here. We're looking at Katsunea's results. And managed to catch one in your mouth when it's tossed. Oh my gosh. Could have nailed the top. You nailed the bottom too. I mean, I don't really like. I don't know. A lot of people won't have like age play with anything, but some people do, and like there's nothing wrong with that. Um, I'm usually more interested in what people are interested in than what they're not, because you can connect on what like people are interested in. If people aren't interested, it's just like okay, we're not gonna do that. But like if they are interested, you can be like, okay, well let's talk, right? That's actually kind of sweet. Let me see. Could it nail the top? Okay, your favorite porn creator would put it, that too is a form of kindness. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Did see Katsu was streaming when you were waking up. Yeah, Katsu's been a lot of fun to hang out with. You're theater kid, you do it for the bit. There you go. You did test your stuff today. Totally embarrassing. Uh-huh. Yeah. Welcome back, Clutch. How you doing? Welcome back. Um, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I'll be honest, y'all. Think, I didn't think I was too much into sadism. Didn't think I was too much of a sadist, but I don't know. You put a shock collar control on my hand, and I guess I changed a little bit. So that was really interesting to find out about myself, and not in a bad way. Um, where was my sadist percent out of curiosity? I'll look it up here. Yeah, we were talking about masochism and sadism the other day in terms of like a difference between hurting someone and harming someone, and I thought that was made sense. I've only got 40% sadist? No way. No way. Huh. That might change. That might have changed in the past month. That might have changed. I don't know. I kind of pick up on other people's energy sometimes. Hi, Ergo 0000. How you doing? Welcome in. It's good to see you. Trying to think. Maybe it has changed. Hmm. That's pretty normal though, right? Things change. Things change. That's normal. This my results? Nah, this isn't my results. This is Katsunea's results. You reached flow state during practice session? Oh, really? What were you practicing on? And that's awesome. I love it when you can hit a nice flow state. If y'all want to see my results, I can pull those up on the screen. Yeah, it's always nice whenever you can hit that. And thank you so much for sharing that with me. Let's see. Where were those at? You got someone sadist too? Yachty? Yachty, really? I feel like the only sadism points you might have gotten is because you being a sadist hurts you and you're into that. I don't know. You admit there's a lot of things you probably don't know on these tests because you think your brain runs on anxiety for fuel. Yeah. Been playing the bass for 4 years. 4 years now. You try to integrate one of your favorite guitarists' tossing and bossy techniques into your practice routine. Oh, that is awesome. You or someone else? Sorry. Still technically. Oh my God. You're live? Katsunea. Katsunea. You're live? Oh my goodness. I, I, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Should I boot up Risk of Rain? Is that what I should say? I don't know. I don't know. What should I say? I don't know. I could ever do that. But yeah, Ergo, that's really awesome. That's so cool. Brat showing through. Let's see. 20% sadist? No way, Yachty. Huh. You'd share, but you're shy. You think you'll. Sky, listen, if you're not sure, don't. It's easy. That's all it takes, right? If you're not sure, don't do it. If you're not comfortable, that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, okie dokie. Let me add this here. Here we go. BDSM test results. Nope, not quite enough. There we go. Okay. So my BDSM test results were your results. This is the most recent one. Why is there such a big drop off? I don't know. 44% brat. I could see some of that. Yeah. Your turn to have gaming plan tossed aside for a long just chatting stream. I do that so often it's not even an unusual thing. Sometimes you think you lean on that too much, anxiety. That's okay. Saturn, welcome in. How you doing? Comparison? No, 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 no. This is even better than that. It's even better than that. So, the left side, oh, can you all see that well enough? I think it's not covering anything. It should be fine, right? The left side. So what I did, Guillaume, is I took the test off screen and I knew what my results were. And then I made chat go through the entire test and guess what they thought my answers were, what answers I put down, right? So the left side is what they thought my answers were going to be, and the right side is what my actual answers were. So that's what this is. So the right side is the truth, and the left side is what it appeared to chat would be. Go from 80% exhibitionist, 51% degrader, not the degraderly. Yeah, it makes sense. Degradler. Degradler. You agree on Brat? My Brat's only 73%. You kind of feel like when you took the shorter version, it felt more accurate. And that may be true too, right? That may be true too. So chat underestimates my kinkiness every day. Yes, every day. That being said, when we did it, it was like a bit of an average, right? Like if a bunch of people said one number, we went with that. But if like a couple people said, like 2, 4, or something like that, we kind of went with whatever felt right, which means that we did trend more towards the center of things. So that explains a little bit why the numbers over here are maybe not as low on this one. So I think rather than like, oh, do the numbers match? I think the order is maybe a little bit more important, right? Mostly underestimated for comedy purposes. Yeah, that's fine. You'd never underestimate me. Plus, you got the brat percent almost correct. Yeah, sure did. I was more submissive than y'all thought. I was more rope bunny than y'all thought. I'm glad that we fucking agreed on Switch because I keep telling y'all that. I keep telling y'all that. Nobody believes me. Nobody. That's the whole reason we took this test is because y'all wouldn't believe me. You bratty stuff, yeah. Dominant? Oh yeah, Yachty. What about it? A Switch crassitator. You're just trying to get me to bully you. You're just trying to get me to bully you. I'm not gonna fall for it. That's the whole reason you even said that. You a brat? You could never? Yeah, you would. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Can bully you? I can bully a lot of people. I've been on a whole bullying thing recently. Is my model frozen? Oh my goodness, it sure is. One second, let me fix that up. My computer's been sloggy today. Not good. Been kind of not good. 0 for 6 on dominant. All your tests, it's been 0. You never get over this. You like it that way, though. Don't bully you, you're fragile. Sky, I'm not gonna bully people who don't want to be bullied. Okay? That's not how it works. There are certain people though who definitely activate me. They definitely make me go, God, I want to ruin them. But, you know, I try to hold back when I can. Don't bully you either, you'll cry. That's fair. It's not for everyone. Sometimes mod creators make interesting decisions very often. You do like it like that? I know. I know. It's where you belong. And I think you know that. Okay, what are we gonna do today? What are we gonna do today? Too low energy to be bratty? Yeah. Do you? Funny. Talking about where you belong, then clearly it's on top. Uh, no. Every situation I can imagine in Yachty, it's not on top. Mining hammer takes 3 iron to make. To repair it from 0 to max durability it takes 4 ingots, making it cheaper to just make another one. Yep. Yep, that makes sense. Not even one. Not a single one. Not even one. Not even one. Let me try again. Let me see. Let me rerun the scenarios. Nope. Just not even found. Just not even a single time. My brain is incapable of envisioning you in any sort of role like that. Talking about Dwarf Fortress? I don't think so. I don't think so. Bingus is talking about Minecraft. Slander or something? Yeah, it'd be slander. If it were not true. Planned obsolescence under late stage capitalism. Oh my gosh. It's fast fashion mining. Would Yachty top if ordered to do so? Ineptly. Hi, Crossfell Pays. Welcome in. How you doing? And Nijin, glomps you back. How you doing? Think we would get a new brain because you can totally top. I don't think so. Ineptly? That is what I said. Yeah. Is there a different adjective I should use? Hmm. Y'all, since when? Since Niji, welcome on in. Thank you so much for being here. Since when am I a just chatting streamer who just sits here and roasts chat members for 3 hours? Since when has that been my role? How did we end up like this? What the heck? This is not where I saw that where I thought I'd be in my life. Roast chat members for free? I know, I should be fucking charging for this shit. Like, it's actually so much work to degrade people. You're not gravy today, no. You just become more jesting or waggish if you get bullied by me, yeah? You give back the energy? Y'all do. It's honestly y'all have so much energy, it's hard for me not to engage with it sometimes. You didn't think you'd be here either, but you're not complaining? No, you're not. The pivot? What pivot? There's no pivot. Well, we're not gonna... Okay, we're gonna do something. Let me see here. Positivity. Recall some bratty attitude about going to sleep. Thinks it's something about positivity. Yeah, mm-hmm. You do you? Do you what? Supposed to be asleep? No, Yum. Get yourself some sleep. You gotta get yourself some rest. So much energy, then you'll be like in the span of 3 minutes, go from 100% energy to literally sleeping. Yep. Before you pivot, let me send you my results. Okay, okay. One second, y'all. There we go. Pivot sending results. Yeah, I'll take a look at them. Sure. Katsun here is just wildly interesting. I love that. I love that. Sending my results. No, you posted them in K's chat. You posted them in K's chat. Send me DM it to me in EG. We haven't been putting them in Discord. Let's see. Honestly, I think you're far too self-defensive at times. It's a hard habit to break. That's okay. You know, it's something you can work on if that's something you want to change. Have a reference sheet anywhere? Not exactly. Not exactly. Um, Here, let me close out of that. Because desktop. Nope, not that folder. Ooh, not that folder at all. Oh my goodness. She says, but not actually there's anything in there. We were showing this off on stream the other day. Oh my gosh, come on there. So it's not exactly a reference sheet, but it is like it's a character showcase. Maybe yeah, bdsmtest.org. So it's like it doesn't like point at things and be like, oh, you know, like on the backside it looks like this, and like this is what this is made of or anything. This on Discord, I believe it is. I believe it's posted. Let's see. I believe it's posted. Let me go ahead and get you a role here. In order for you to like do anything on the server, I've got to manually allow it. Um, I think it's in announcements. Yes, it's in announcements. It's the last most recent message in announcements on the Discord. Did I drop myself? No, I don't have that kind of skill. I don't have that kind of skill. Bum. I haven't looked at my feet like ever. Like my shoes are really cute. Yeah, the artist like killed it. Put like way so much effort into it. I mean, we did send like the character sheet, and we were like actually had a really well drawn pair of shoes, and the artist was just like, okay, I guess shoes are fucking important. Um, Preferred channel? Why don't you DM it to me, Guillaume? Yeah, we haven't been putting the results in the Discord just because it's just a really kind of PG-13 place, really. You do the art, cartoonist, you like to think about character designs. It makes sense. Yeah. Yachty, you gonna put this as your background? Like, would this be a nice background? I could maybe get like an isolated pair of them, right? Like, here you go. Okay, I'll check it in just a second. Oh my goodness. Nope. 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 Computer, please, 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 please. I'm begging you, please, please, please stop. Whatever it is you're doing, please stop. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, one second. Okay. It opened a file that was very large. It's a stream that I downloaded previously, and uh that took like all the resources on the computer. All the resources. Little did you know this was a ploy to get Phoebe to zoom in on the feed. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Oh no. Oh, did Explorer crash? Oh. Why do you lead off with sorry? I don't know. It's a good question. Is it maybe just like you're not comfortable, confident? I don't know. It's a good question. Okay, let's see if I can fix this. Oh, is it fixing itself? Give it a second. Give it a second. Give it a second, y'all. Before you do anything, you need to know, is there any kind of fan content I'm not, aren't okay with? What do you mean? Boots are so adorable, look comfy. Yeah, they'd be really nice. I would wear them. Hit me with your laugh. Do you hear me? Not to laugh at my plight. Yeah, it's so sad. It is very sad. Hope you're not bringing things down too much. No, you're fine, Drackley. It's okay to be worried about those things. Okay, it recovered, kind of. It recovered as much as my computer can recover. Um, this, yes, 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 yes. Here we go. Properties. There you go, Yachty. Pure, unadulterated feet. No background, no distractions. Just right there, dead center. Zoomed in. We could zoom in even a little more for you if you wanted. Look at that. It's perfect. Let's see. Have a fun laugh. You sound so joyful and breaking laughing. Thank you. You like keep things PG or there's some nice feet? No? Yeah, nice shoes. Okay. Honestly, I've never, well, no, that's not true. I have definitely thought about commissioning not safe for work art of myself. I admit that I might be curious about that. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. It's probably okay. Oh, I think I'm like a little flushed from that. Good job on the reflections, hard to capture. The artist fucking killed it. My boots? Yeah, I actually have some. Not on stream. I actually cut my legs off in order to make it more efficient because my computer sucks so bad. I needed to make the file sizes small and have fewer pieces, so I took my legs off. I took my legs off. They're not there. Making y'all not making y'all start thinking about feet. Where's Derek when you need Derek? But yeah, the artist like absolutely killed it. Like the hair. They do Splatoon art, a lot of Splatoon art. And I was like, yeah, they're gonna absolutely nail it. Made you flustered quite a few times. Happy with yourself for that? Yeah. Thank goodness your legs. Yeah. Legless. Yeah. It's true. It's true. If you ever made it to where you think you want to do a PNG because you like the hand-drawn cartoon look, you know, Drackley, you can do hand-drawn cartoon and still make it like a full 2D model. Like that's doable. Legs look great in those jeans. You're sweet without them. Why would you take off your legs? Yep. Snails on a shirt? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Like look at all the little details the artist did. It's crazy, y'all. It's so good. And it's just me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me look into your soul. Look at me look into your soul. You know what? Actually, hang on a second. I've been thinking about doing like a stream banner, but like I could totally do that, right? I could totally just have like a stream banner and just my face. Do I know the canvas size? Yeah, it's fucking huge. It's 4200 by 6500. Pretty eyes? Yeah, they really are pretty. The resolution of it? Yeah, yeah. 42 by 65. You wish you had it modeled this heckin' cute? Yeah. Snail eyes are on the top bobbers. Okay, directly. We did joke about that at some point. We did joke about that at some point, having like a toggle that would move my little eyeballs up on top of my stalks. It would just be very funny. But um yeah, like I that might be a decent one. I had an idea for what I was gonna get for the thing. I just need to like go through with it. I just need to go through with it. You should hmm, do I want to share that or not? Nah, I'll keep that to myself. It's a nice little secret. It's a nice little secret. 1920 by 1440 for your canvas. Yeah, it's okay. This thing is so large, Silvern, that like opening the full file in like Krita makes my computer squeal in not an attractive way. You believe those eyes are actually a survival trick. False eyes, such as moths have on their wings and some caterpillars have. Oh, it's possible. Yeah. Such high quality eyes. Yeah. Beautiful. Yep. I really like it a lot. It's a good color. Creative takes a decent amount of RAM too, though. It does, but like I don't have like Photoshop or anything, right? So it's what I had to be able to edit certain things. There is no naked version of me under the clothes. Just so you'll know, I can't take the shoes off. That's all one piece. I didn't get that made, but you know, you like Clip Studio personally? Yeah. Photoshop would take more. Probably would. Photoshop fucking sucks. Photoshop's terrible. What's even the point anymore? What's the matter, Yachty? You couldn't finish? No toesy toes? Yeah, no toesy toes. I bet they'd be really cute though. Jamie, if you want to share the idea I had and put together some saucy ideas. Want to share the idea that I had? Oh. Oh, I was just looking at some your character here art on VGen and I was like imagining what that might be like. That's all. I didn't really have ideas. Oh, wait. No, you are talking about saucy stuff. I thought you were talking about at banner. I was like, wait, did you mean the Twitch banner? Because that's I probably would not want to put that on the Twitch banner. That seems like it would get me in trouble. Pickroo? What's a pickroo? What's a pickroo? No shoeless Phoebe, no beach episodes. True. Clip Studio's good because it does vector as well as raster animation. I think Krita does that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know enough of it. Okay, you forgot all about Pickroo. Dress up game site. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. It does all that, but it's more bitmap focused. I couldn't even tell you what the difference is. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't have tweening. I don't know what that is either. Vector lines are so good. It's what are these words? What are these words, y'all? Okay, let me take a look here. Don't have a degree. I have a degree in computer science. Computer science doesn't have any fucking thing to do with art. Why are we talking about art terms? It doesn't have a single thing to do with it, okay? Why would it? I had a degree in computer science and I didn't even know how computers functioned, right? Computer science is just coding. It's computer art? Yeah, it's art. It's art, which is not the same thing as code. Code is the furthest thing in this whole fucking world from art. Don't ask you what words mean. You're okay. You're okay. Let's see. Had this here. All right, let's get this open. Open in browser. All right. Get that one pulled up, and then we got the second one here. We go. All right, y'all. We got a couple different testos here. Yes. You misplaced your water. Yeah. Code is ICT. Computer science has more info. What do you mean? I don't know. Vector and raster was your A level comp sci syllabus. I don't fucking know. It's I don't know. Misplaced your, let's see. Make art with code? Not gonna lie. You can, okay, you can. Um Came up too easy. Oh my gosh. You got thirsty, girl. I have to take Phoebe's side here. Studying computer engineering. Art's far from the subject you cover. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Here we got the Guillaume up on screen. Totally unrelated, but can you say headpans are really cool instruments? You've been listening to a lot of it on Spotify in the background. Well, you look, doesn't it think? What's a headpan? What's a headpan? Vectors draw lines. Everything rendered with vectors is just points on a line segment. It makes them easy to manipulate, like expanding, contracting the image, twisting, manipulating points in the line. I know what vectors are. I don't know what y'all mean whenever it comes to like the difference between that and rasterization and uh, tweening and stuff like that in the context of art, right? I know what vectors are. I have used vectors, yes, but I wasn't using them for art. I was using them for things like physics. You explain the art. Yeah, no. I'm not upset with you or anything like that. I'm just like, because Silverin was like, why don't you know vectors? And I'm like, I do know what a vector is, right? Um, Bitmap raster. It's not basic comp sci. It's not. You can do comp sci without learning any of that. Again, I know what a vector is. I don't know what a vector is in terms of Krita or whatever, right? Headbands, middle drum that looks like a flying saucer that sits in your lap as you hit specific spots on it to make noise. Almost sounds harp-like. Hand pan. Oh my gosh. You said hand pan. I thought you said head pan, and I was like, what is this instrument? Good for the cough drop in your mouth, made your body taste icky. Wow. Master is measured in pixels, so they're good for painting, but you expand the image, gets all pixely and distorted. Gotcha. Texture tweaking? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, so this is Guillaume's results. So Guillaume, you are experimentalist, submissive, switch, and vanilla for the top four, with a little bit of dominant in there. I like that. I like that. I like how your highest is experimentalist, and you just got a little bit of everything. I like that a lot. And the stuff in high school comp sci, we didn't have high school comp sci. Wait, that wasn't a thing. Like there was literally no class I could have taken for that in high school. Vector is someone who commits crimes with both directions and magnitude. You don't know much yet? Yeah. Open to try? I think that's not a bad way to be, right? You also know what vectors are. They're the invisible murder hands wielded by Diclonius and Elfenlied. Holy shit, what a deep cut. I haven't thought about Elfenlied in forever. Why were there so many naked people in Elfenlied? There were like so many naked people. Who's this one? This is Guillaume's. Do you give off mommy vibes? No, Yanni. No. You give off like breeding stock vibes, maybe, but not mommy. What percent is evil? I don't know. To be fair, you're from a different country, so could be a reason for a big difference. Could be. I had to suffer through the American system, so mistress vibes? No, not mistress vibes either. Like Elfen Light. Never watched the anime though. OP. Gotcha. Okay. What vibes do you get? I don't know. You'd love to be breeding stock. This is exactly what I mean, Yachty. This is exactly what I mean. Guy who nom nom bite munch chomp. I don't. Okay. In art, line work is good to do by vectors because you can manipulate the line thickness and image size and tinker with the off-kilter sketch lines, while raster is good for coloring. You can do paint fills, blend colors, stuff like that. Okay. Can I see you as a switch? No. Uh-uh. No, Yachty. The nudity is definitely important to the plot. I don't think it was. There was like a bunch of blood and a bunch of nudity. And I'm beginning to, now that I'm talking about it, I think that like maybe that was hitting a specific fetish for people or something. I don't know. When people say vector in art, you think of it as pencil stroke. Gotcha. Okay. Yachty, when I think of owner, I do think of you. Yes. In terms of the owner needing something to own. Yes. More precisely, keeping in mind direction of the stroke. Yeah. Actually, creating in vector is a completely different skill set. It's really fucks over the drawing process for a lot of people. Hmm. But yeah, I like that there's just a whole bunch on here, Guillaume. It's great. I haven't seen anybody with results like this before. So, do you ever think of bitmap unless you're working in logos? You actually got 10% owner. Ha ha ha. I'm not even laughing. I had to force that so hard, Yachty. All right, we have Niji's on this other tab here. This is Niji's results. A voyeur and exhibitionist. Wait, no, Yacht. Niji, we have definitely shown your results on stream. We've definitely shown your results on screen because I was like being seen and like seeing and like being seen. I remember like that exact thing. I do remember this. Yeah, we had this on stream. Too nonchalant, 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 nonchalant. You've seen so many people with 100%, but you're far from that. That's okay though, right? Like this isn't about trying to get a certain percentage or anything. This is just like figuring things out for yourself. Seeing your tough stuff. If you feel like it, Sky. But again, there's no expectations that you do, and no worries if you don't. Not surprising considering what? What, Crasitator? What is not surprising about Niji's results? He'd still own you with your 40%. Holy shit, it's true. Holy shit, it's true. You did get 100% pet? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right where you belong, Yachty. It's right where you belong. Yeah, I remember we showed yours on stream. I remember this. Discussion being lewd curious. Am I wrong? Did I miss the context here? Nope, I don't know. My brain doesn't work. Yeah, I don't remember. Do you love to see and be seen? That is exactly what I said when I pulled this up. If it wasn't you, it was somebody just like you, but I'm pretty sure it was you. Because I remember some of these other things that I was like, oh, because like the vanilla was higher than I expected. Which is nothing wrong with that. I just didn't. I know that you're naughty. I just didn't know that you were naughty in a way that was specifically not as kinky as I thought it was. So, um, a lot of your artwork skill comes from line work, pencil, pen work. You have an unavoidably shaky hand, so vector was great for you. That's good. Well, you believe you're gonna say 100% pet, but not 10% owner? Because one of them is true. Because one of them's true, right? Am I gonna seriously spend all stream just roasting y'all again? Wow. And I'm not roasting. I'm roasting the people who by their very nature desire to be roasted. But like, Niji, I think your results are great. Like there's nothing to roast here. Yachty is good at getting free roast, you're jealous. Yeah. You are taking a retest? No, I think that I don't think we're gonna do this the whole stream, y'all. I think we're not gonna do this the whole stream. Surprisingly non-kinky. Yeah, but like I do like how open and sexual you are in terms of things. Like I think it's really great to be like big sex positive, right? A lot of your kinks involve monster bucket stuff, as you know, in the BDSM test. No, because that's more of like fetish than kink, I think. I'm not 100% sure where like the line is drawn. But this is specifically for like BDSM, and like you could do BDSM with a monster or BDSM with a person, and it would still be BDSM. Like the subject doesn't really matter that much. Your results are just good. Yee. Don't mind. Don't care much for the bullying. Think you're not satisfying bullyings? Wait, huh? 20% hunter. Does that count for something? Lying. It counts for lying, Yachty. It counts for fucking lying. Let's see. What's this? You think that you don't care much for the bullying, which makes sense, right? Like your degree is not that high, right? So it makes sense, right? Um, not that high on brat, right? Brats love to get bullied. So yeah, like it makes sense that you wouldn't care that much for it. But what do you mean that you think you're not satisfying bullies? Also seems to include some less common kinks. Like what, Silvern? How do you send me? You can DM it to me. You can DM it to me. So Subby, you're starting to want to bully you and you're like super low energy today? Yeah. You're not reacting much? Oh, well, I mean, yeah, definitely like reaction um is a big part of it, right? Like you're not elaborating. That's okay. Yeah. Again, like it is a BDSM test and not like a kink test specifically. Like hi, meow, what? So there are some things that it's not going to cover, right? Imagine some monster stuff is adjacent, like robot doll play. Probably, yeah. Give off that much sub energy, yeah. Uh-huh. Last you heard, you're sex positive? Yep, you are. I was saying that I think it's good to be big sex positive, right? You don't react, don't get much satisfaction. Yeah. I'll be honest, a lot of it is the reaction for me. There's some people who are really, really, really good at giving reactions, and it's been great lately. And it's like I'm like, oh god, I gotta fucking double down now. Gotta double down now. Oh boy. Um, much of Sky, dare say Derek. I don't think Derek's that subby. I mean, like I don't know. There's things going on with Derek. It's great. Love sex positivity. Yeah, I know. I know. Looks like that developed from the bullying you received as a teen hold. That is it, teen hold, teenhood. That is very possible, right? That's very possible. Now I'm cold. I'm cold, but I don't really have any long pajama pants to put on. And the washing machine just finished, which means everything's just wet. And I can't put wet on. Wet would be no good. Wet's no good. You're doing the test. All right, all right, all right. Meow. The kitty cat is staring at me like he wants food, but like I'm pretty sure I fed him recently. You're super horny, not very kinky, and I think that's great. You need to put it in the dryer. I have an alarm set to remind me to do that. Those blanketed, its screen doesn't reach. Yeah, I don't actually have a blanket to really use either. I had a comforter, but I hung it up over the window in the bedroom so that I could get decent sleep, and I can't take it down very easily. Need to put it in the dryer. Oh, Violet, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hi, hi, hi. Sent the results on Discord. Gotcha. Trying to be you more positive. That's okay. Yeah, that's great. I love that for you. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Sorry, I need to respond to somebody. Hmm. Variance. Yeah, I see that, Jinxie. I see that. I don't know that I can answer you yet because I want to make sure that I spend time thinking about it and figuring out how I feel. But I know how I feel right now in this moment, at least. Don't worry about it, y'all. The energy in chat lady has been taken off a sub point and transferred them into Dom. Yeah? Uh-huh. Let's see. Can't post in Discord. Oh, did you join the Discord just now? Let me take a look here. You mean you can't post in Discord? Is there something wrong? What's going on, Violet? Help me understand. Let's see. Thank you so much for being here as well. Um, was yeah, Guillaume joined, right? Okay. Let's see. So this is Sky's results. They are a little outdated, but that's okay. Um, Still probably pretty close, right? Bring a very dominant energy to the function. Yeah. Uh-huh. Like this one, you sure it wasn't on purpose? Here we go. Hey Raz, what's up? All right, so this is Skies. 91% vanilla. I think you actually have the most vanilla I've seen. Not again, not that there's anything wrong with that. Um, it's just like I haven't seen it. We have like a pretty kinky community, so um, worst case, if too cold, instead of heating something in dryer for you to wear, just heat yourself directly. I do have a heating pad. Keeps laughing at you whenever you say you're dominant. Oh no, you like it a lot, so you can't ask me to stop. You're just so helpless. Oh, just ready to be devoured. Let's see. Little age player. Okay. Submissive. We knew that. It's not as high as I thought it was gonna be, Sky. Your submissive is not as high as I thought it would be. It's very interesting. I think that's the most interesting thing on here, cause like you go off major subby vibes, but like I don't know. The test lies? I don't think so. I don't think so. All it does is give you back your own results. Just won't allow you to tick off you read and agreed the rules. Are you? Let me take a look here. Um, huh. Here, let me try doing this. All right, I took a roll away from you. Could you try reading, checking the thing again? And maybe like might need to like close out of Discord and reopen it and try again. Let me know if that works for you. Okay. The contrast with dominant is big. Oh, let me see. 16%. End results. Low key, you just don't want to open Discord. That's fine. Again, you don't have to. 64%, that's 30% lower than expected. Oof, 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 oof. Do you mean results? Yeah, sure, Silverin. Not as big as Yachty's sub-dom contrast. Yeah, I don't know how Yachty got a 200% difference between sub-dom, but like, I guess, somehow. Must be outdated by now. Could be. Could be. Am I hungry? What did I have for dinner? Huh. Oh, I might be hungry. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out later. We'll find out later when I'm like, oh, I'm starving. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Gonna blank it out just real quick, real quick. Very vanilla sub, stats bit vanilla sub. Yeah, I'd say so. Still same problem. Now you don't have permission to view. Yeah, it would take that away because of the role that I removed. Why? Hmm. Let me take a look here. Take off your red and agree to the rules? Get some Fibby Boobies later? I might take a break and get some before end of stream. We'll see. It's only so low because you're too shy and fragile. There you go. Oh, let me see. Anyone mind it? Yeah, go ahead and ask a question directly. Let me try doing this. Can you try posting? Can you try clicking again, Violet? I think you're a bit higher on the masochism because you tend to be a little numb physically, and that's very possible. You know, like, um, I think Katsu was talking about this. The difference between like being sensitive to pain and a pain threshold. Like you can have a high pain threshold but still be sensitive. You got another test to do? All right. Um, but yeah, you can have like a high pain threshold and a like a very low pain sensitivity, or like vice versa. Seems to let you write in general chat. Okay. Uh, it might be, it might be that you probably don't have like a phone number registered to Discord. Would be my guess. Is that right? I went through and manually verified you. I've got the settings up as high as I can get them because we had an incident a while back that was very damaging, and I want to make sure people are safe. So I've got them cranked up as high as they can be to deter anything like that from happening again. And then I manually approve literally everything. So like, and one of the requirements is having a phone number, but I can go in there and click on it and be like, this person's okay. And that's what I did for you. Your pain threshold isn't the highest. However, what's this however? Okay, let's see here. This is Silvern's test, which switch checks out. Sadist, okay. Voyeur explains why you're here. No, just kidding. Rigger and Rope Bunny, okay. Submissive. Where's dominant? Okay, dominant and submissive like right next to each other. Experimentalist. That checks out. I remember you saying a lot that like, how would you know until you tried it out, right? Um Degrader, I see. I see. Masochist? Does this have anything to do with sticking needles in your skin? Or is that just like something else? Explains why you're here? Yeah, I did say that. Yep. There's one about acting or playing like a pet animal. Which component is more important? Identifying with puppy, kitty, pony girls, or being treated as a pet? It's about playing or acting like a pet. So if like you want someone to like make you eat kibble or keep you in a cage or something like that, That's kind of more what it's asking about there, not like, do you identify as being a horse, right? Not quite the pain itself, but the responsiveness to stimuli in general, I think for you, probably autism stuff. Could be. Been unhealthy coping mechanisms before, but this isn't even that. Okay. Just want to know what the needle feels like. Oh my goodness. It hurts. It goes poke. It goes poke. Um, exhibitionist, brat tamer. But also brat. Do you think voyeur type peoples are more likely to be Twitch viewers while exhibitionists are more likely to be streamers? I don't know. It's a good question. What kind of hurt? It's the kind that feels like a dull throbbing. Like it doesn't hurt that bad. Like it's a bit of a sharp pain, but then when you pull it out, it's a bit of a dull throbbing that doesn't go away and just kind of like persists, right? Puppy girl, kitty girl is a thing these days. Wasn't sure if it was that kind of part. That is potentially part of it, Dracly, right? That is potentially part of it, right? Um, in that like puppy girls and kitty girls, like they would want to engage in that kind of play potentially, right? Give me both. Where do you spend more time as? I think it's just easier to spend more time as a viewer, right? Streaming is just like it's a energy negative sometimes, right? Do you identify with being cat like a lot of times? Just know you like to engage with that sexually. That's fine. Yeah, right. Like it's different having like the qualities of a cat and like I like to lay in the sun and I like to not do a whole lot and that kind of stuff. That's fine. Let's see. Non-monogamous owner pet. Okay, okay. Primal. Your vanilla is quite low, Silver. Your vanilla is quite low. I like that. It's very funny. Kitty Boo. Hi. Hi. My god, y'all. My god. Definitely stream if you could. See your viewers, suppose. Um, you don't like going on camera for your friends. You just don't like showing your face. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all, at one point in my life, I talked about this a little bit earlier today, so I can talk about it here, right? I can talk about it here. Um, it's just viewer. The word viewer and viewers is just blocked. That's why. It's not even like an automod thing. That's a me thing. Not entirely sure. Maybe try getting into ink and hate it. Who knows? Yeah, but like that's what the experimentalist is about, right? Like you want to try new things, and that's okay. Like you're still quite young and you're still figuring things out. Um, but yeah. Let me think here. Let me think here. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but there was a point in time when I considered like having having like a blue Twitch account for like myself, but I don't know. Like I don't think I was getting into it for the right reasons. There's definitely a part of me that would be curious about it. I don't think it's something that I would like though. I don't think it's something I'd be like, I want to do this all the time. So I don't know that I'm really exhibitionist. Honestly, I don't know. I like getting on here and chatting with y'all, but I don't think it's because I like being perceived, and it's certainly not like in a sexual way. I mean, the getting bullied is nice, and the bullying is nice, but not the like being seen part. Have you seen your mommy model? I've seen. Let me think here. I've seen the like adult one. I've seen the little, and then I don't remember. Is that the adult one or what? Do you feel like the kind of creatures you identify with are usually not domesticated at all, unless someone wants to keep a good pet goblin gremlin? Maybe a raven or parrot because you do enjoy silly things, spontaneous. Yeah, like the bullying. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You showed me. It was really cool. It's really cool. Prefer being able to feel sexy with people you're comfortable with. Comfort is a huge part of it. Comfort's a huge part of it. Like again, because like as a reminder, I am asexual. I don't actually feel sexual attraction to people. Like I don't go out and uh, like notice someone and be like, ooh, got a nice butt, and I want to ask you to go home with me. No, I don't feel that. Um, or is that what it's like? Is that what it's like? DM them to me, Raz, if you would, please. If you want to share. But yeah, you can just DM them to me. We're not putting them in the Discord or anything like that. So, but yeah, like I don't go out and like like, I don't know, ooga, hubba hubba over people. It just doesn't happen for me. So, in order for me to feel comfortable with that, um, it's not really like a, ooh, you're attractive, and all of a sudden I have gotten horny for you. It's more of a like, I deeply trust you and I feel comfortable, and this is something that I'm willing to engage with you. And it can be, for me, it's the, what's the word? The closeness, the like intimacy of it. But to be perfectly honest, I can get that same feeling from like watching a show together or like hanging out in a voice chat or um just any number of different things, right? So it doesn't have to be sex or anything like that. Ba-da-ba-bum, bum, bum. Snail only trying to disguise my absolute need to be degraded by picking on easy targets. Actually, I don't really like a lot of like hard degradation or anything like that. It's just not my thing, you know? Some light degradation's pretty nice, you know? Some objectification, stuff like that would be fine. But like there's certain words that are just like I hear them and I'm like, that's not sexy at all, y'all. Like why would someone like being called that? That's just no, you know? Look back at our chat, really wanted to get some pre-rendered content put on a blue Twitch. Oh yeah. Yeah, it could work. You think if someone was really hot, you would just go home. Wow, okay, Silburn. Um, like if they're evil, they become less hot. Okay. That's sweet. Yeah, I mean, it's just how I work. It's not me trying to be sweet or anything. Abigail Tabatail, welcome on in. Abigail Tabatail, welcome on in. How you doing? Ow. At a distance, you wouldn't want to keep one. You feel like you have enough trouble managing yourself. That's fair. Ninja Chicken, hi. Wah. Wah, how are you doing? And Watermelon, hi, hi. How are you? Meow. Hi, welcome in. Everybody just like showing up all at once. Here, let me take a look, Raz. Did I look at your results before? Maybe I did. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Biggest. That's hilarious. Not a BDSM test, but it's quite funny. Mention the intimacy thing. Even more sure you're aromantic, but I think I might be aromantic too, Silver, and that's the thing. Like, connecting with someone on a level like that does not have to be a romantic thing. I'm not saying I'm like, I want to take them out on a candlelit dinner and throw roses around or anything like that, right? It's more of a like, I like getting to know people. I like getting close to people. Like people that I'm interested in. Like I like just getting close to them and sharing things with them, which is not necessarily romantic. That can be like deeply platonic, platonic, platonic. That is some platonic rituals. See me as being someone who wants to be worshipped and provided steppies could be wrong. I mean, I don't know that stepping on people's my thing. I'd do it. I might be really into it. I don't know. I didn't think shocking people was going to be something I'd be that interested in. I like seeing cockatoos and magpies at the park. Oh, that sounds really nice. Because you're not attracted to people like that. If you crave the romance or whatever, then even makes a difference if you're connecting. Sorry, I'm not attracted to people like that. Like if you crave the romance or whatever, then what even makes it different from just connecting as friends? I don't know. There's a difference. There is. Can't I have no feet? It's true. Rub my tummy. Pan-romantic and pansexual? Yeah. Not much for degradation either, just feels mean and unsexy. Again, like, it can be, sometimes it can be fine. Like, there are certain things that I'd be like, okay, yeah, it'd be cool being called this. That'd be fine. Do me results have this? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that. Sure thing, Crossfall Pace. Your EP? Yeah, how's work been going? I know that we haven't seen each other in a little bit. And I'm glad that you're getting a little bit more sleep when it comes to that sort of thing. But yeah, how you been? How you been? Let's see. Yeah, like degradation. So selection of words is communication work. It's always doing our homework is important. Yeah. Yeah. Worked 50 hours this week across 4 days. Jeez, Ninja Chicken. It's like 12 plus hours a day. Pick you wanted to show, but you can't find it. Oh, 3-day weekend? I guess that's okay. Um, you said you just couldn't be down to open Discord. You lied. Oh, really? Really? I just got a DM from somebody, whose name I don't recognize. Who is that? Is that you, Volpace, or is that you, Yachty? Um, what was I saying? Oh, like, I don't know. Some degradation is fine, but like there's specific things that like I legitimately do not like because um just reasons. There's certain media and stuff like that that I was exposed to trying to like figure myself out along my journey, and some of it was just not the kindest. So, yeah, anyways. One of the biggest lies about romance that society tells is that any action is specifically romantic rather than platonic. Romantic love is platonic love plus when it isn't. It's not. Yeah, it's different. Yeah. And romantic love is just not better either. So, um, almost got hit by 3 cars this week while using a sidewalk. Super fun. That's not fun. If you're risking that much to get to this place, mm, just take care of yourself. All right. You're good to degradation if the other person really likes it, but you're not seeking it. Yeah, like I like bullying people a little bit, like humiliating them a little bit, but like there's a limit. Is there? Hang on a second. Hmm. Yeah, like my limit would definitely be that's been on your break walking across the street to the gas station. Jesus Christ. Aren't you a bit curious about the thought of objectification? Yeah. Um, so it's like what am I trying to think here? My limit would be like genuinely tearing someone down. Like what am I trying to say? Like doing things that I feel would uh, rip apart their self-esteem and stuff. Like, right? That's not even if they wanted me to do that, I'd be like, oh, I don't know that I could do that. Kind of related to the thing you were talking about earlier. Can you show? Yeah, it seems fine. I think. I guess. I don't remember what context. Don't need someone else to tear you down. You never be a good at you are. Yeah, I mean that's I. As much as it is that I like engage with this stuff, I want to do so from a place of kindness, right? Like even when I'm being like a little sadistic or whatever, like I genuinely am doing it because the other person finds it fun and like that's what they want and they're enjoying it and like they're encouraging it and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And like I don't judge them for that, right? Um well like I don't think I could be mean to somebody who wasn't like super wanting it and ready, you know. You're 10% overproof. Okay, okay. I'll get to it in a second, y'all. I'm falling a little bit behind chat, trying to talk about things. Um, let's see, let's see. Curious about objectification, yeah. Don't need someone to tear down. It's interesting. Okay. The kind of thing that makes you want to ask for a written paragraph of self-positivity. For y'all that know more about relationship terminology, if you say you're more interested in friends with benefits relations, partly because you see couple relations as somewhat troublesome, still very unsure what you would really want, still figuring things out, probably not bi or gay since you're not attracted to men, not sure. Okay. Um, there's a lot of things. I can't tell you what the answer is, Yum, right? You're the only person who can know that and figure that out for yourself. But if you are more like, hey, like casual sex is nice. I don't really want to like any strings attached. I don't really want to like settle down with anybody. It might be worth looking into something like aromantic, right? Um, if you don't find people attractive, right? So if you think about it like, oh, I'm not attracted to men, but then if you think about it again, you're like, am I attracted to women? And then you're also like, I'm not 100% sure. Like that might be something that falls into like asexual, somewhere under the asexual umbrella, which there's like a lot of different things under that. Um, Couple relationships is somewhat troublesome. You may want to look into something like polyamory, right? Which is not. not like monogamous, right? Not like you and another person specifically pair up and you're going to be together forever, like that, right? It's more like everybody, no one can provide 100% of what another person needs. So you have multiple different people who you all each provide a part of that to each other. Um, you could also try looking into something like a term like relationship anarchy, which is basically that each relationship has its own unique thing that it's about. You don't have to, like, there is no one primary relationship. Each relationship is unique and, like, negotiated on its own little bit. So if I were you, I would look into some of those terms and I would see if any of those resonate with you. And I would also see if there are any related terms that you find while you're looking into those that maybe feel better or closer or more right or anything like that. So if I were in that position, that's where I'd start. Put the pics in Art's channel. Okay, I will take a look up in a little bit. Took the long version of the test, came out pretty similar to the short version you took just now, also similar to the one you took a couple months ago. Like I said, pretty accurate. Like give you a sentence at most. Oh my goodness. Ask for it to be recited afterwards multiple times. Oh, Katsune, hi. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry. I was giving a long answer and I wasn't scrolled down. Oh my gosh. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? Let me give you a shout out. One second, actually. Let me give you an act. No, hang on a sec. We're gonna do this. We're gonna give you a shout out and then I'm gonna go fix it. I'm gonna go fix it. So that it's an actual shout out. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Where's my bot? What the heck? It doesn't even show up. Where is it? How do I find it? Oh no. My computer is so bad, y'all. Oh my god, kitty cat. Hi, but welcome in. How are y'all doing? Did you were you doing just the BDSM and just chatting and everything like that all the way till the very end, or did you swap it up and do anything else? I don't know where StreamerBot is, so I literally cannot fix it. Um, you're just gonna have to go with that shout out. You're totally cool. You know. Let me talk here. The rope fox comes, raids to take strings. Awesome. We were showing off my stuff earlier. We've been doing just chatting, and I've been looking at people's BDSM results. I've got a few more to go into. Dads, no, wait, oh my god. Oh shit. I'm doing all this wrong. I'm doing this also wrong. Are you back? Are we back from the ads? Welcome back. Hi everybody. Oh my goodness. Let me catch up here. Let me see if I missed anything. Um, good starting point. Yeah, that's a good starting point. So, my computer is bad and I can't fix the shout out, so you're just gonna have to go with the submissive omega command. But we've been doing BDSM tests, like reviewing them on stream. People have been sending them to me, and I've been like looking at them. This is not what I intended the stream to be. This is definitely what it turned into, though. Um, I don't know. Let's see. Rads-R and Cat-Q. I'm not familiar with those. What are those? Hi, Era. Welcome in. Good to see you again. Let's see. Always slash shout out. Oh, right. Which is one of the things that it does. But yeah. Good job. Thank you so much for that, Leonia. I appreciate that. Chat voted not a single point on Rope Bunny after you went on a mini rant about loving being tied up. I absolutely knew that it was going to be Rope Bunny. Like I said that, right? Many points went into the vault. That's insane. That is so fucking insane. Um, and unless Katsu leak 'em, no worries, no worries. Number one kink. That's what mine was. Fetch Red's arm or share after. Autism test scored very high. Understandable. You bring company. Hey, Deleuze, welcome in. How are you doing? Could you oopid? No. You're very cool. Got like 6k points for 10. Nearly got 6k for 10, but misread. That's the thing. If you okay, this right here, this is betting theory. This is betting theory, y'all. All right. You need to understand this is how it works. This is how you play the system, right? Somebody does a prediction and you see like 10,000 points on one and like 30,000 points on another, and there's something that has like 10 or like 100. All you do is you throw 10 points on that. You throw 10 points on that because your returns are so high that if you fail, you lose nothing, and if you win, you gain everything, right? And that is just like that's just value math, right? So just keep that in mind. Don't go with what people are voting on. Game the numbers. Also, don't gamble. I just gave you gambling advice. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you all gambling advice. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. I missed Bug Corte. Welcome in. Thank you for the 15 stream streak. That is huge. Hi hi. Yeah, Pie Manding, welcome in. Spoke to me earlier. You did. Yeah, it was great. Lost a few points into a bet with 100,000 points on the other option. You always lost, but still. Sometimes it's a sure thing, but it's still the correct thing to vote on the one, you know? Gambling, yippee, no yippee, no yippee, no yippee, nuh-uh. Let's see, whose results were who was I doing? This is Silver's, right? Hang on a second. I'm so behind. This cat is also not making things easy. He's like, you haven't fed me. And I'm like, I fed you 3 hours ago. You're bringing pie to me as an offering. Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more about this pie. What kind of pie are we talking about? And I know that this is a nickname for somebody, so like, give me the deets. And the streamer told me to gamble the treasury gold. No. No gambling. No, no, let's go gambling. No. Gambling bad. Use it as game odds in a way that isn't technically gambling, like Mario Party minigame or something, maybe. I don't know. Cat's acting had been fed. I don't know. Your pie flavor, yeah? You can have them? Oh. Oh. How exactly should I? Nope. I'm gonna just shut my mouth. Okay. We can do that. I can just shut my mouth. That's totally cool. Okay, this is Raz's. Here we go. So this is Zephyr Raz's results. 100% switch. So I read earlier, missed your reviewing your results. No, no worries, no worries. You're still alive. I cannot believe that you were hopping over here and chatting in Discord while you were still alive. You, you a crazy fox, and I love that about you. Um, I have such linear focus that it's hard for me to do anything but the thing that I'm working on right now. And also my computer is bad enough that if I'm trying to watch somebody else stream at the same time that I'm streaming, I have to put it in like 1060p quality or the computer just goes woo. It just like goes crazy. So, like to chat in other streams while live. Lars likes to bonk you for it. You love getting chastised. Well, I'll keep that in mind and chastise you very well for it later. You're just autistic too. No, it's not. My computer's just old. The computer imitation? Yeah. How does it go again? I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. Not because I'm embarrassed, because I love making funny noises with my mouth, but just because I'm not sure that I could replicate it accurately, and that would feel kind of bad. Getting chastised? You want chastity. That's a different thing, Jotty. That's a different thing. Let's see. Trying to stop being awake, Trackley. Go ahead and get yourself some sleep, all right? Get yourself some good sleep, okay? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. There is no stage. Oh my god, y'all, there's no stage. So this is Raz. Raz likes being seen, also likes watching. Switch. Hang on a second. Your switch is 100%, but you're 71% submissive and 59% dominant. That's kind of interesting. Computer just struggles with Twitch in general. This computer is over 10 years old. It's over 10, which is wild. Thanks for being kind. Of course, of course. What is that clutch? If it's a link, it doesn't work. Sorry. Very similar to results, positive dominant score and switch. Yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 yada. Being yelled at by women, affectionate as possum. It's a clip. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. That's what I figured. Night night, Jackley. Non-monogamous, Raz. I did get that feeling about you. Yes, you clipped computer noises. All right, that's great. It's not bottom sounds, but they're still great sounds. It's from you, just let you be delusional. No. No, 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 Yachty. I have to rub your nose in it, because that's what you want. You're just also 10 years old, but it's been slowly upgraded over time, like a ship of Theseus. This one isn't. This one's original. Experimentalist also checks out. Vanilla. Nice. I could see that about you, Razzie. Anything you want me to know from early assessment, let me know. You're all ears now. Oh, yeah, let me get through this real quick. I'll pull yours up and then I can show off mine as well. Kitty poop butt. My god. Hi, baby. I'm gonna have to feed him in a second, but I don't want to do that right after getting a raid. Oh my goodness. Um, okay, let's see. Rope bunny and rigger. Okay, okay. Like, I know you know your knots, Raz. You could put that to good work. You could put that to good work. Let's see. Degrady. Got it. Okay. Oh, your degrader's actually kind of high. Higher than I thought from you. Just out of nowhere. So surprised you showed your full BDSM results types. I mean, is that... Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Is that not normal? Is that not like a thing people do sometimes? Am I just like... Am I just this fucking skewed? Am I just this skewed? Am I just like that crazy? I don't know. Huh. See, I thought this is... You know what? People did tell me not to do this at one point in my streaming career. They were like, "Don't take the BDSM test on stream." And I didn't listen. Maybe they did give me good advice. Huh? What? Your ears? What about it? What about your ears? Um, uh, interesting. Huh. Maybe this is not a normal thing for people to do. You bark for women, you get bullied into huffy whining live on Ash's stream, and you talked about eating from a dog bowl. You truly cooked. Katsu, you finished the tism test, seen on the verge of tism, but you know what's causing it. It's not tism. That's fair. There's a lot of overlap between certain things. Um, a lot of overlap from certain things. Normal to keep it to yourself. It's just that social stigma. I don't know. I don't really have like a lot of shame, so I don't know. Definitely being corrupted. I wish corruption were real. High key sounds like a dream. Yeah, it would for you, Yachty. The only thing it's missing is a fucking cage. Uh, of both varieties. Um, Raz? Hey, what the heck? How is your brat 0%? Wait a second, that doesn't check out. How is your brat 0%? Silvern, that's my shell. Give that back. I need that. That's mine. Hey, give that back. It's not a snake. That is my shell. That's my shell. Well, you may or may not like that Ash does it live. Hang on a sec. You may or may not? Do you not? Do you not like it? Or is this like a... I don't want to admit it, so I'm talking like the FBI. I can neither confirm nor deny. That kind of thing. Fellow chatter cuties that are too much prey coded for you. See, yada. Yeah, it's... you're doing a bit. Okay, okay. Well, thank you for being honest with me. I appreciate it. Also, listen. I got a little clicker sound. I took it from Esha's Discord, so I have a clicker sound now. It's not as good as I would like. Someone's gonna try to... Let's see if I can get a better one. But not blow you live without knowing you were down for it. That's what I figured. That's absolutely what I figured. I would be utterly surprised if that wasn't the case, but I just was checking because I wasn't 100% sure on tone. Very respectful. That is exactly what I've gotten from her. Yep. Exactly what I've gotten from her. Okay, so this is Raz's results. My goodness. Oh my god. Y'all have sent me so many BDSM tests. Oh my god. Let me take care of Katsunea's first. Because she did raid in and I want to make sure that she can get to sleep if she needs it. Let's see. Open browser. You know what? I should close some of these browser tabs. Yeah, close some of these browser tabs. That is a smart thing for me to do. And then I'll show mine off since, you know, you showed me yours. The very least I could do is, you know, show you mine, right? But it's fair, right? That's what people do. Up for a bit of a dent, no rush. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Entice hunter instincts. Guy, you see those wah 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 wahs. Awa 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 awas. So this is Katsu's results, which I had these up on stream earlier for people who are already here, but I 100% was like, Rope Bunny and Switch, yes. Uh-huh. Like, I also expected Rigor. I didn't know where it was gonna fall, but I definitely was like 100% Rope Bunny. I was like, I see you. Game recognized game. Submissive and Pet. I didn't see Pet coming necessarily, but submissive, experimentalist, non-monogamist, and brat and masochist. I was like, none of this is a surprise to me. None of this is a surprise to me. I saw that coming. Exhibitionist, probably, yeah, uh-huh. It's fun, the barks, the fluffy noise redeems. Hang on a second. Yeah, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I didn't make the connection. This is like me just being ace and oblivious. Like I didn't make the connection. I I don't know. I was like, oh, dog noises, sure. I don't know. I don't know. How can I do this? I don't know. I am so oblivious sometimes, y'all. The other day I had an aha moment when I was talking about Derek liking feet and I was like, "Oh wait, like you like feet for these reasons." I like dissected the whole fucking thing, right? I could send that to you. It's funny watching. You talk about wanting to sleep in a pink dog cage, being collared and leashed. Well, I mean, I talk about being collared and leashed, and I don't have a pet thing. Um, I do have some other things, but not a pet thing necessarily. Um, I didn't know about the cage. That's news to me. I have offered to go cage shopping with Yachty, but have not yet been taken up on that offer. Bum. Let's see. Scroll down for a second. But yeah, I did not make the connection with dog noises and pet play somehow. I think you're getting collared next Saturday. Oh, by by the friend who keeps talking about how much she wants to do that for you. Here we go. This is a wonderful link. If y'all have not seen this before, we'll go ahead and put it in here. This is a little highlight that's on my channel. It's immortalized. You want to do voice training, if only to approach Katsu stretch noises. You got some good noises. Got some good noises. You will generally be putting a giant dog cage. You will decorate in your stream room once mod wife and you move to a 2-bed. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Be generally how you decomp post stream. That is amazing. I think that's wonderful for you. I'm so glad that you're going to be able to do that. Like, I understand space being a real issue sucks with that situation. So gladly be your cage mate. Oh my goodness. Dog cage mate, no other cage. You talk about chastity all the time. You don't have to be shy about it. Nietzsche's popular? No, different person. Guy we first hung out with in December. Oh, gotcha. But yeah, like these Katsu, these all checked out. Like, pretty much the top 10. Ask you another stream when your throat isn't 10 hours deep on stream and you'll give an impromptu lesson. Hours deep? Wait, no, that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. That seems fine. I was not clear. Interesting phrasing. I don't know why my brain hung up on that. Let's see. Let me get my BDSM test results pulled up. I love the attempt. Adorables. No, I don't know what it was. My brain was just like, weird. Weird phrasing. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it stumbles. And I am kind and compassionate to it when it does. It tries. It tries. Kind of forgot he said he was going to call you next time you hang out. You already told him you get him dinner next time you hang out. Oh my goodness. Just D's nuts, really? That is kind of what happens. This is my results. Here we go. Nope. Nope. And let's see. Here we go. Like the third time I've had this up on screen. These are my results here. So the left side is chat's attempt to guess what my results would be. The right side is what my actual results would be. So they did kind of, because we were doing like a little bit of averages and like people like voting on things, they were going to trend a little bit more towards the middle. So what's really important is like the order that they're in, probably. And I think they did a pretty decent job. They definitely underestimated me in some cases, but I think they did a pretty decent job. They got the fucking switch part right, which is begs the question as to why. Why they constantly make fun of me and call me a bottom. I don't know why, but at least they recognize that switch is correct, you know? Um, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to talk about my own results, right? Because like I just know this stuff. Hello, bratty bunny. I can be pretty bratty, but honestly, it's not my thing. I like I can be bratty, and yeah, honestly, I do enjoy being bratty, but I don't I'm not a dedicated brat. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Nice to meet a fellow bottom. I'm not a bottom. I'm a switch, pilot. I'm a switch. I'm subby. I'm dominant. I'm a switch. I actually don't know that I identify with like bottom or top at all, honestly, you know? Like I said, you can never be a brat. You're a bit of a brat, Yachty. You're a bit of a brat. You would never be a brat. Your brat's at 250% Ninja Chicken. You're a brat until you're very much not one, if that makes sense. Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Some, sometimes, sometimes I'm bratty, not because I want to be a brat, but because I want to provoke a specific response from someone. You know, it's hi Storm of Ashes, welcome in. How you doing? I'm not looking to like do the brat thing all the time. I'm just looking to like egg somebody on into, you know. Once someone knows you wanting to give in, you're such a crazy devoted sub. I love it. I think I can recognize that. Isn't that what bratting is? No. No. Not like hardcore bratting. Hardcore bratting goes places. Um you saying the same thing, you just heard adding a question mark at the end, like that medical solid. Which one's left? That's what chat thought was right. That's what chat thought was right. You think I'm a bit of a rat? You think I'm a bit of a rat? You think I'm a bit of a rat? No, no, no. Writes me. Writes me. I could I do that? No, it'd be too much work to put them up side by side. Um, but I don't know. Uh, You're only kind of a brat? No. No, 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 no. But yeah, it's a little bit harder for me to like talk about myself here. 'Cause I don't know. I rope is interesting to me, both sides of it, because like I just kind of I think it's something I could be genuinely autistic about. Being like, oh, fun knots. Um, did pretty good for somebody who didn't know anything. What do you mean y'all didn't know anything? I'm as open as fuck on this stream. I'm as open as fuck. I talk about all sorts of stuff. I just don't talk about relationship stuff because I don't really have like a lot of experience with that. Like knots, I don't actually. I don't. I find them to be quite impractical. Not my thing. It was like your third stream here. Yeah, I guess. I guess. I'd been in K's for a bit too though. But yeah, that's me. Chat was like decently on part. They thought I was more pet than I am. Like I said, I'm not pet, but I am very much like put a collar on me, right? You start being like, oh yeah, let me go find the leash, and I'm like, huh, you want me to sit right here? Um, but yeah, like I'm not like pet. I'm your pet? I don't think so. I think you have a pet named Phoebe in Minecraft, but that's not me. That is merely a snail with my name. But I don't know. I just don't show off my dominant side that often on. Well, I can't say that anymore. I typically don't show off my dominant side because it's really kind of hard to know where people's boundaries are. And the last thing I want to do is like fuck up that, right? Um, a poor imitation of perfection. Wow, that's kind of smooth. Kind of smooth. Okay. All right, crossfoot bays. Let me get yours pulled up here. Imagining a snail in Minecraft with a leash. Yes, that is what happened. I got stuck in a enclosure, I think was the word used. Don't show off your dominant side often either. Uh-huh. There's a leash mod? Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, Katsu. And on part of my looking into modding Nine Souls, right? I used some other mods for reference. One of the ones that I referenced was a Final Fantasy 14 mod that is an all-in-one PieShock, OpenShock, and Buttplug IO mod that also includes stuff like being able to leash someone to a spot and like not allowing them to spend money without getting shocked and like all sorts of things. Stream hours long is a bit rough for you, but 100% risk range sometimes. Yeah, I can definitely start sooner if I'm doing it for somebody else. It's just I get so caught up in things that I listen, I don't want to be starting at like 2 at night or 2:30. I would like to be starting earlier. I just am bad at it. I'm like I get a failing grade at starting on time. So it's not that this is my normal start time. It's just that I'm normally late and this is the time that I start. In a box under the house, you have a glowing feather for entertainment. Nice. Once in VRC, having a movie night with a group of people, you got collared and someone handed a leash to you because they thought that we were dating. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is Crossville basic results. 86% pet, top of the list. I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that about you. You haven't been around like too long, so I haven't been able to get like an amazing read on you. That's very interesting to find out. Switch and submissive. Okay, so dominant down at 67. I see. Experimentalist and slave. It's pretty unusual for people to have slave higher than some of the other things um like why am I like forgetting my words? There's some of the other things, right? It's like people are usually like, da, 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 da. You're surprised about this result? Interesting. Which part are you surprised about? Rope bunny, that's good. 65. See, brat. I have not gotten any brat energy from you at all. Not at all. Brat tamer, maybe a little bit because you show up here, but you did the same thing last time when you saw dominant at 67. What? When you saw dominant? I don't think you ever saw dominant at 67. Um, I don't think that ever happened. Let's see, what are we not into? Not into being a sadist, okay. Not into voyeur, understandable. Master Mistress, Primal Hunter, okay, owner. So definitely not on like that side of dominant, but just dominant in general. The brat, for example, interesting. I mean, it is only 53%, so it's not like super high. I think that for me, if I saw a result on my test that was 53%, I would think something along the lines of like, it's something that I would engage with, but like in the lighter aspects of it, or as like an occasional thing, something I'm like into, but not like always into kind of thing. So mean to you. You keep asking me for it, Yachty. The rope bunny, for example, you have a fear of ropes. Interesting. Interesting. Well, rope bunny isn't just about ropes. That is what the term is. But it's about like being restrained or like held down or like a number of different things, which can play into like the submissive side of things. Like if somebody is so submissive, they might also like some of those things because it's got some overlap. So they might have like a bit of a score from that or something, right? Um, but yeah, that's interesting. I'm sorry that you got a fear of ropes. Like I kind of get it myself. I think that with the right person, like I'd enjoy being tied up or whatever, and I think it'd be nice to kind of like let loose and just let that happen. But there's also a part of me that knows that sometimes, like if my legs are restrained and my brain all of a sudden kicks into the like fuck this noise mode, it can be one of the most like horrible feelings. Where I'm just like, oh my god, I have to get free now. If I'm not, I'm gonna go crazy, right? So, might not understand stuff due to English not being your first language. That's totally fair too. All the best names, crossbow pays, foxes. Yeah, Katsunea is also a fops. A lot of them around here. She actually got raided by one earlier, and like Lyris was there, and yeah, just a whole bunch of them. Primary aspect of a rope bunny is the sensory aspect of being restrained, not really sexual. That's very fair. That's very, very fair. Like, being tied up does not have to be sexual, right? Fuck these ads. No, fuck these ads. They always come at bad times. They always come at bad times. The kinky alternative to a weighted blanket, that's a good way of putting it. All right, I'm just gonna chill here for a little bit, rest my voice for a second, honestly. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go change my laundry. Be right back. 1 second. All right, I am back. Thank y'all so much for waiting for me. I just had to change over the laundry, and I figured that was a good time to do it. Um, yeah, but like, I think Storm of Ashes put it like really well. Kinky alternative to a weighted blanket is, I think maybe that makes a lot of sense to me. Um, took too long to write. It's okay, I really appreciate that. Last big message, you don't see. Let me see. Good rigor can really lock you in, but also has a single point of failure to release you instantly. Yeah, yeah, and they'll also have cutters on hand if they need it. I know a really good rigger. I haven't had a chance to like do anything, but like I know a really good rigger. We were theorizing. Oh man, where was this one? Let me find that. I got another clip. I got another clip. I was talking about ideas about like if we ever all meet up because we got a lot of rope bunnies in this group. A lot of rope bunnies. Um, what was this been called? Here we go. Here we go. Aerial suspension rope is your favorite to watch? Yeah, it can be interesting. I was talking with somebody the other day who she's a bit hardcore. Her test was impressive. Could raid me. You're taking real great care of people. Of course, of course. Um, got a little tied up with something? No. So, yeah, her test was let's see. It was down to here, right? This point on the test. This many of them, which I don't know how many this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17. 17 of them? 17 of them were hundreds. 4 of them were red, and the other 4 of them were low to high 90s. So that was her test results, right? Oh, you can't see the cursor. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't think I can capture it really. Um, anyways, so I'm pointing like you see where voyeur is on. Oh, why? You can see it there, right? You can see it right here. Wiggle, wiggle. There it is. Yeah, I think I just wasn't clicked into it. Um, so all the way down to like where voyeur is. No, sorry. Sadist was 100% all the way down. These four were low to mid 90s or like high 90s, and these four were reds. It was very impressive. So yeah, this person had some amazing results. But the reason that I bring this up because one of the things that she talked about was um, being airily suspended by chains going through hooks in her skin. And I was like, huh, I would like to see that, but also like hardcore girl. Sounds like a fun person. You know her. You know her. Want to do body suspension so bad. Yeah, it was like part of like a BDSM exhibit that she did. And yeah, she was like it hurt, but like you hung there and after like a little bit you just felt like you were flying. It just stopped. Look up Gorilla on TikTok for video examples. Oh, huh. You've seen that? Yeah. Like they're just like hooks that go through like piercings in the skin. And they were hung up for an exhibit. I was like, oh, huh. And they're like, yeah, that's also rope bunny. And I was like, that's maybe not my kind of rope bunny, but I can see why somebody would be into that. Spicy salami and Mountain Dew. You have the strangest combos. But yeah, let me see. Got a couple more of these to do. Let's cross Volpace. Hey, this is Yachty. You've seen many things. I mean, I've seen many things too. Let me blank this out for a second, make sure it's okay to pull up. Let's see. That sounds like it would be fun. I mean, I think if you're into it, that would be like the experience of maybe a lifetime. Play piercings are also cool. Could be rope bunny related. Yeah. Got distracted watching Hollow Knight YouTube shorts. It's definitely the time for you to switch tasks. Peace out. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, Sylvan. I hope you have a great day. And bye bye. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what the results, what the lying results are from Yachty. These deceptive results. Recently found a super cute necklace that you plan on getting for someone. Oh, that'd be nice. Be really nice. Okay. You ready for this? You ready for this? All right, here it goes. This is Yachty. This is Yachty. 100% brat, like I knew. I knew. You can't hide that shit. It's so obvious. Obvious like the sun. Degradee. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. You love it when people call you just the worst names. The worse, the better. There's no end to the depths of your depravity. Masochist? Not a surprise at all. Masochist in both body and mind. Primal prey? You exude that from every single fucking pore. You couldn't hide that if you were behind a solid wall. Yachty, aka Piss Girl, and feet. Just feet covered in piss. That's all Yachty ever needs. Didn't leave yet, so holy shit, that's fine. A rope bunny and submissive. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You just want to be tied up, used, tossed away. I know. I get it. I understand. I see you. That my offer to shop for a cage is on stream is still open. We could do that for you if you wanted. We could find something nice for you. Hey Derek, welcome in. Hi, it's good to see you. I'm not just tearing somebody up. That's not happening. Nope. Hi. Hi. I was lurking. I was lurking earlier. I saw you were doing KOTOR. Uh-huh. Um, how you doing? Good morning. How's that possible? It's very possible. Brat has nothing to do with being Dom. Brat has absolutely nothing to do with being Dom. Slave. The only thing that's curious to me about your slave score is that it's not 100% Yachty. What specific 2% did you not have? Oh, look, it's Derek. Yeah. You just woke up. That's good. I hope you slept well. I hope you slept well. What 2% keeps you from being 100% slave? Please explain this to everyone, Yachty. Voyeur. Voyeur is so painfully obvious. It stops being funny at a certain point, Yachty. You don't even try. You don't even try. You don't even make it fun. Experimentalist? Only because people would tell you to. Exhibitionist? Yeah, checks out. You can't stop showing off. Now, let's get to these ones down here that don't make any sense to me. Degrader and rigor. What would you even do? How would you even get into a position where you could do that? How does that work, Yachty? And tell me, in what scenarios would you ever need to use those skills? Tell me if I'm going a little too hard, Yachty, okay? Yachty, for real. Tell me if I'm going too hard, okay? Are you okay? Everything checks out? Just doing a little check-in, okay? Just give me a little thumbs up if it's cool. You have no idea how you would get in that scenario. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay, okay. I'm going a little harder on you because I know you're a little bit better than some of these other people. Um, and I've got a pretty good read on you, so I just want to make sure we're still good. Non-monogamist. I think that depends on who keeps you. You know, sadist. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I think the only way that you could hurt somebody is by. Oh shit! No, I shouldn't say that. That's actually like fucking mean. I'm not gonna say that. Holy shit! I got a little too into character. You slept okay. You basically woke up, realized the thing you needed to do today, and got really nervous. Understandable. Understandable. You're curious now. Oh my god. You do want to know? Oh god. Like, are you sure? It feels really mean to say. Like, it actually doesn't. I don't know that I'm comfortable saying it. Oh god. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just doing a little check in with myself. Doing a little check in. I don't think I'm gonna say this on stream. I could message it to you in Discord. And then I'll probably delete it because I don't want it sticking around. Um, here. Now, 100%. Are you 100% okay with this? It's pretty brutal. I think you're probably gonna say yes, but I just want to make sure. Hey, Cricket Boo. Okay, okay. Hi, Cricket. Yes, baby. There you go. All right, all right. Who's this? This is Yachty. Did you actually go now? All right. See you later, Sylvan. See you later. Let's see. Primal Hunter. I'm curious about that one. Where does that one come from? And 15% vanilla? We got to get that out of you. Wasn't lying, actually, you fuck with it, you like it. Okay, like I said, it's pretty fucking mean, and you see why I didn't say it. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that now. Um, like, I don't know, I could say that to someone who was enjoying it if I knew for 100% that they were going to be okay with it and not get hurt, but I don't know, it felt rough. The rest of these, what, Brat Tamer, Daddy, I mean, Dominant, Little, yep, this all checks out. 0% switch. It'll be a core memory. That'll be good for it. That'll be fine. You'll always have that. You'll always have that. No, this is like you, Yachty, for 100%. Mentioned the idea of a cage mate earlier, Phoebe. Been thinking, damn, are they cooking? Yeah, yeah. You'd have to get a pretty big cage, but you could make it work. And honestly, no, it's. Oh, I almost got like sad with it. I was like, if you want to live in a cage with a bunch of other people, just participate in capitalism. Not even pretending like you being 0% Switch and 0% Dom is surprising. It's not. Listen, listen, listen. If it's big enough. Yeah? Uh-huh. I mean, but like, also, what if it wasn't very big and you had to spend like a lot of time in each other's company, right? You just like, what was that trope that they talked about? It was like, there's only one bed, right? Isn't that one? Let's see. I would need to have a place to like stretch my legs. But honestly, I lived in a dorm room and that's kind of the same thing. Hi, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for giving me my shell back. I appreciate. TV, hold up. I'm cooking. I usually do. See, um, the thing is that get this pulled up here. I'm ace, right? I'm ace. So like, I don't really I'm not like attracted to like the physical person. Uh, situations are pretty helpful, right? Gears are turning now. You need to make this a reality. Yeah. So like, situations are helpful to me, right? Um, because I'm not ever gonna look at somebody and be like, ah, you're potentially like you're particularly hot, and I want to spend physical, intimate time with you. No, it's more like there's got to be something going on, right? And so, yes, I have been told that I'm pretty good at coming up with scenarios, right? Did you see the clip about? It was up here a little bit. Did you see the clip about bundled up bunnies? Did you check that one out at all? Here, I got a pin for you. I got a pin for you there. That was just me like musing out loud, thinking about like, what might be a thing. Open it going through your results? Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, absolutely. You're so weird. You feel like sometimes you're ace and other times you very much have a sexuality. Oh, interesting. Is it a sexuality or is it a libido? Do you know what I'm talking about? I talk about ace issues a lot and like it's really important. Hey, Kitty Sarah, welcome in. How you doing? What's up, bunnies? Rolling up penises. I did have the rolled up penis thing I said. You're right. Especially your partner is ace, you're liable to just forget sex exists. That's totally fair. But I don't know, because like I talk about this a lot. I was talking about this with somebody the other day, actually, and maybe this is a good time to like talk about it again. But like asexuality is just like whether or not you find somebody attractive. Not the best. You needed a cozy space to chat. Well, we'll always try to provide that here. That's for sure. And if you're not doing well, I hope it does get better. But stay here as long as you need. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know. Could be libido. Feels ever so slightly more fundamental than libido. Yeah. So when it comes to stuff, is the pinned message just a link to the Twitch homepage? No, no, no. The pinned message is a link to a clip. It's one that I was showing off about rope bunnies. A lot of rope bunnies. Um, so like when people think about being attracted to somebody, there's a lot of things if they are alloromantic, as in somebody who experiences sexual attraction, it all gets like bundled up together. Um, but for me, I break it down into just Enza.tv. Yeah, it makes sense. Um, for me, I break it down into libido, which is essentially like just being horny, right? Just being horny. You can be horny and not. I'll get to that in a second, but like it's just being horny, right? And then there is sexual attraction, which is whether or not you find other people sexually attractive, which is where like heterosexual, homosexual, like that is the sexual attraction component. And then there is sexual desire, which is just wanting to have sex with someone for some reason. Oftentimes that reason is sexual attraction. Oftentimes that reason is libido, but it doesn't have to be those things. It could just be like, oh, I want to have fun right now or something, right? Still find people attractive, but thought that you want to have sex with you never crosses your mind. That's totally fair too. Need to shop for a goober. Sounds good, Ninja Chicken. Thank you for lurking. It was good to talk to you also. Went fantastic. 33 people raid and Phoebe. Now what she thinks she's the biggest. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So like for me, especially before I transitioned, I had a rather high libido, and it was annoying. The term that I use for it, and it's believe it or not, this is a term that another ace person has used on their own. Like we both came up with this term independently. Was undirected libido, meaning like you're horny, but you're literally not horny at anyone. There's no one that you are horny for. You're just like you got hormones and you got to do something about it, right? Um, that sucks, by the way. It sucks a lot. Uh, Sexual attraction, libido, both feel hugely influenced you by emotional connection. Pre-E, you felt like you were horny because horny. Holy shit, that resonates. Horny because horny. And then after E, for me, the horny became more of like a background force that was more or less always there. It kind of like ebbs and flows, but it's something that is more like a tool that I can pick up and use when I need to, and less like an overwhelming force that like just needs attention right away, right? Try popping in on weekends. Difficult when you need to hit bed by 12. Absolutely, Indian chicken. I appreciate it. And I would much rather you take care of yourself than stop by here, but I will always be happy to see if you do. So, would you say sexual attraction is the desire of having sex with someone or just finding someone attractive? For me, Kitty Sarah, when I use the term sexual attraction, I literally just mean finding someone sexually attractive. The desire of having sex with someone is, I would term sexual desire. And I have had sexual desire for people, right? I have had sexual desire for people when I have felt particularly close or comfortable with them, despite looking at them and recognizing the fact that I am not actually attracted to them in like a sexual attraction kind of way, right? Um, just like craving the intimacy or something like that. E makes you asexual? Not at all. I was asexual before. I just never found anybody attractive. Um, That's such a good term for how it feels, the undirected libido. I think so too. You think of libido as I want to fuck right now versus general sexual attraction, open to fucking at some point. Yeah, like sexual attraction is like the thing that divides people into the I would probably have sex with you and I would not have sex with you. It's not the only thing, but it is like one of the primary separators. Whereas like, there's a story of an ace person that I read and they just had sex all the time because to them, sex didn't mean anything and it wasn't like related to sexual attraction or anything like that. It was just like, do you want to watch a movie? Yes, no. Would you like to have sex? Yes, no. You want to go out for drinks? Yes, no. Like it was the same kind of thing. Just like, okay, it's a fun activity. So they just participated in all the time, but they just didn't really, they weren't attracted to anybody, right? Um, you feel desire, honestly, more in response to a partner's. That's totally understandable too. There are various sub terminologies within asexual, like gray sexual, which is somebody who's often um who's often asexual, but like, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, these people are attractive, but like a handful of them. There are demisexual, which is people who they may experience sexual attraction to some people, but it's usually after like getting an emotional connection, like a closeness to them. And it's also not guaranteed that that's going to happen either. It just kind of does sometimes, kind of doesn't sometimes, right? Um, and then there's okay, so ace people talk about and think about sex all the fucking time because from my perspective, it feels like I'm on the outside looking in and I am studying an experiment because I do not understand what's happening, right? And so we come up with all sorts of terms and everything because we're like, what are these allosexual people talking about? Oh, what do they mean when they're like, yes, I want to lick a person's body? What does that mean? What do you mean? Why do you, what are butterflies? Like, um, let's see. Speaking of horny, not related, you need to do something. Yeah, you go take care of yourself, Yachty. You come back when you're done. You're fine. Um, let's see. Not an E yet, so we'll see what happens after. Yeah, it was a really interesting change for me, Kitty Sarah, and it may be different for you. It's not the same for everybody, right? So I just speak on my own experiences, but that's what it was for me. And every time I like increased my HRT or like changed something, the libido fell another layer down, which is just y'all. If I were cis, I would have grown boobs in order to not feel sex like libido. Full stop. I would have done that. Um, very much matching thing, but yeah, undirected libido so real. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is God. It yeah. Jokes on you doesn't work on you. They were romantic, so yeah, yeah. I'm glad some people here understand. Having a snail therapist in the void was not your 2026 bingo card. Well, I'm not a therapist, but I am happy to always talk about my experiences. Um, being ace with libido is so frustrating sometimes. People can get offended by you needing to resolve libido urge, but it not mattering whether it's with them, a stranger, or your hand. Exactly, exactly. Storm of Ashes, you get it. Like it becomes just a mechanical thing where you're like, all right, the need arises. One must take care of it. It's just gonna take some time, I guess, and I'll go back to doing what I was doing. Without getting like too explicit with it. Out here with a clipboard, yeah. The hard part is just this E versus T sexuality for you, or are you actually some kind of aspec? I don't know. It can be tricky. Because I wanted to short her name. How are you doing? Respect men with boobs? Yeah, especially if they want to just fucking kill their libido. Um, like seriously, I would have. I would have y'all. I hated it. The way that I describe it, um, yeah, it worked out for me really well, Derek. The way that I describe it is imagine if you had someone like just like a person that you couldn't like see, but like they just followed you around 24/7 and they're just screaming in your ear nonstop, right? All day long. Just top of their voice, not like words or anything, just like a wordless like just full scream, right? Eventually you would tone that out, right? There were times when you would pick it up, but a lot of the times you're just going to go about your day and you're just going to be like, okay, there's just a person screaming there. Like, I'm not going to, I just don't register it. It's so common, right? It's just always there. When I got on HRT the first day, it was like I had heard silence for the first time in my entire life. It was like that screaming person was just gone. And it was a nice feeling, y'all. It was a nice feeling to get that kind of relief. Um, so yeah, that's what it was. Libido was that screaming person following me everywhere, and it sucked. Let's see. Feel like when you land on the spectrum, it's literally just you do not have time to figure this out with all the other stuff you're trying to figure out, and that's very fair. That's where I am on the romantic spectrum, Derek. Is like it just hasn't come up, so I haven't thought about it. I'm not gonna put a lot of time thinking into it because it doesn't matter. Ak, welcome in. How you doing? Hi, and thank you so much for being my second top of the stream. I appreciate it. Um, you guys are probably not aspect, just Demi, because you don't feel your libido like baggage anymore post E, but it certainly does feel like baggage when you can't entangle it with emotional connection aspects. That's totally fair. And one of the things about these labels is like take the label that resonates with you, and it's never going to be a full substitute for having a conversation, right? You're never going to go up to someone and be like, I'm ace, like I'm Demi, I'm gay, and like just hand that to them and have them fully understand, right? All it does is it's a tool to get the two of you in the same ballpark for that conversation to get started. Fuck the ads. Oh my god, I just said some really cool stuff. Ah, yeah, I know, ad jailed. You can, yeah. 10-second ad right there for some reason. Okay, it sucks. It sucks. I wish we didn't have it. Um, just waiting for the ads to finish up. Ah, man, I had such a zinger line. I don't even remember it anymore. It's about labels. Let me put a pin in that. Labels. All right, all right. We're getting back from ads here in a bit. Coming back from ads, everybody. Coming back. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if it's okay. Are we good to go again? Are we here? Y'all, give me a sign. You hear me? That's good. All right, all right. We get a confirmation here. Yay. Og, thank you so much for the 3 stream streak. I appreciate it. Storm of Ashes, welcome back. Now you want E even more? I'll have to scroll up that. You got us up? I know you do, Kaza. I know you do. You're back. Welcome back, Og. Good to see you again. Just making sure people are back from the ads. But yeah, Kaza, let me take a look at that. You said, as an ally, you see people as literal food. Like that is something that is very difficult for me to wrap my brain around because, like, first off, I don't actually find food sexy, but also like that is just not a primal feeling that I've ever had. We watch Seem to Think Like You. Ideas are descriptive, not prescriptive. Absolutely. Tickler Fungus, thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Welcome in. It's good to see you, and I love your name. I love your name a lot. It's great. Um, but yeah, like for a long time, I thought that I was cis, and I wasn't, right? Um, but the label that I was using at the time was what was useful to me right now, like in that moment. And it wasn't correct, but it wasn't wrong to think that I just hadn't learned about myself enough to know that there was a better label out there. And then once I did, I found that label, I took it up. And so, for a while I thought that I was allosexual. And then I thought to myself like, oh, maybe I'm just Demi, maybe it's like a sometimes thing. And I finally gotten to the point where I'm like, I think I'm ace, right? But each step along that journey isn't necessarily wrong. It's just the step that I needed to take at that time, and it's the label that I identified with at that time. Um, and at the time, those labels were useful, right? So, if you feel like you identify with Demi, like you don't need a diagnosis, you don't need someone else to tell you. If that feels right for you, that's great, right? That is a great way to do it. And then, somebody's like, "Oh, what's that mean in general?" Like, like, "Oh, I'm curious about that mean." Or like if you're trying to get into a relationship with somebody, You know, you're like, okay, and this is how it presents for me, and this is like what it looks like, and these are the things that I like, and these are the things I do, and this is how it works. You know, then you can get into the nitty gritty details, right? Just an analogy for this hunger you have, like for a body, it's kind of separate from libido. Yeah, like I said, I have had it explained to me in that way, and I know that that is a common explanation, but it's like someone describing to me a color that I cannot see, right? It'd be like if I were colorblind and someone trying to be like, the color orange is orange, right? And it's like, I don't know. Let's see. Let me hop back up here. I missed a couple big things. Storm of Ashes. The E versus T libido does complicate things. T libido is like an immediate urge. It feels like a nicotine withdrawal kind of ease, more slow building desire yearning, always on your mind, but without the physical tension and irritability that comes with it. See, I wouldn't say that it's always on my mind, Storm of Ashes, but I would say that it is available to me should I need it, right? Like in the right situations, right now, like I could just get horny if I wanted to. And that'd be fine. But like if I were on T, I would just be horny and I wouldn't have a choice in it, and that sucks, right? Um, and so that's how it worked for me. I do think that estrogen and testosterone can complicate like figuring out, especially like aceness versus like that, or like even like being gay versus straight, right? Some people, it's just hard to know until you're like more of the person that you need to be. Like you need to pull back a lot of the layers of bullshit to like learn more about yourself, right? Um, but yeah, like I and honestly, I do like being on E for that reason. Like it's actually kind of fun. It's kind of fun to just be like I have just like a really low latent amount of being horny all the time. It does just kind of spice things up a little bit. And not having to like do anything about it. You can just like be horny and be fine, like just a little bit and just kind of have it there. And that's not bad. That's not bad. I enjoy that a little bit. You love E so much. Listening to Girl in Red is basically a music version of Girl Libido. Yeah, Girl in Red is it's pretty good. I like Serotonin and Rue are two of my favorite songs, which are not necessarily about like gender, but I think they're really good. Thinking about aspect stuff honestly just makes you frustrated a lot of the time for a variety of reasons you don't necessarily need to get into here. I'm always happy to talk about it, so you're always okay to like reach out to me and ask anything, of course. So sometimes you feel like you're faking being trans because you consume a lot of trans content on YouTube. You see all these trans girls, but like, yeah, ever since you were 5, 100% trans, you know, so many sons, all blah, blah, blah. You feel invalidated because you didn't have all that. Okay, Kitty Sarah. I I didn't even know that I was trans until after I was 30. Like there were some signs I didn't realize, right? But I don't think that there were always signs. But there were some signs I didn't realize. But even then, I did not notice until after the age of 30. This is not like a I've always known since I was 5 story or like I have wanted to transition for 10 years. Like there were some things that were kind of fucking obvious. Like, I don't know, like around the age of 25, I was Googling, can I get birth control over the counter? And that should have been a sign, but I was kind of oblivious to it. Um, but it's okay. It is okay, and it is no less valid for you to have found out later in life instead of when you were a toddler, right? Um, and that is just as valid as a way to be as any other way, right? You didn't even know or question being trans until 20s. Yep, yep. Really similar situation here. It's always something at the back of your mind. Yeah, getting horny right now. I have gotten. Oh, do I want to talk about? I don't think I'm gonna let that one through, watermelon. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna let that through. Kitty, I will. Let me finish this one conversation. I promise you. I promise you, kitty buddy. Um, you're glad you don't feel what you feel. Probably just be really insecure. Now, imposter syndrome is pervasive and I fucking hate it. And I've been on estrogen for 3 years now. And there are still times when I'm like, oh, am I really like trans? Even though I'll like look down and be like, yeah, I actually really like the boobs. That's nice. And I like the way that I look and I like the way that I feel and I like being who I am. And then my little brain's like, okay, but what if that wasn't true? It's like, what do you mean if it wasn't true? I literally just know that. Um, but it is very easy to feel that way, 100%. And I know that it sucks to feel that way, right? You really want E for your horniness regulation. You don't know your T level, but it's too high. It can feel rough. It can feel rough, Crossitator. I haven't done sport in a month. Your back muscles don't freaking shrimp. They're too large for your super nice pastel sweater. Oh, I'm sorry. Time for oh, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for being here. I hope you get some good sleep. I hope you heard that. So sorry. I was scrolling down. I didn't quite see it. Katsune, it's been lovely chatting with you. Thank you so much for all your time. And yeah, get yourself some sleep. All right. Night night. Palatable form being trans, even though it's cis people, it's palatable not to have kids, not have kids socially transition. Funny how that works. So some of you'll fart haven't had the occasion to think about it until your life is stable and away from stressors at home. That's very true. Yeah. Um like there is a little bit of a truth to like sometimes people are like, I've always known that I was trans since I was little, because sometimes that's the only way to get validation for people to believe you, right? And and it was that way as well for like gay people, right? Like they had to be like, I was born this way and I've always known. And they had to just consistently assert that over and over and over and over again to get any recognition at all. It's not fair that that had to happen, but that is what happened, right? Um, but there are people who realize later in life, due to whatever circumstances, um, whether they hadn't had a chance to think about it or like their upbringing or whatever, they just realize later in life that, oh, maybe that's not true about me, right? Maybe I am not straight. Maybe I'm not cis. And it's very easy to not know there's something wrong when one, all you have is your own experience because that's all you can ever truly know. And two, you don't have the words for it because no one has ever told them to you or you've never like had a chance to look into it. And that was my case, right? Um, you live in a society deeply invested in convincing you to identify with the assigned gender, shouldn't feel insecure that it worked for a long time, including while you were an impressionable child. Yeah, yeah. Like, you're gonna believe what the people around you tell you. You're gonna think that you are feeling the same way, regardless of what you feel. You're gonna think that you're feeling the same way as the people around you because it just makes sense. Like I said, the only perspective you have is your own, right? Meow, 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 meow. I'm gonna have to step away in just a second. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Um, After a bit, usually think back to certain things. Feel like there were some signs early. That was the case for me. Yeah. Hey, Jashim, welcome in. So sorry. I was scrolling down a little bit. Scrolling down a little bit. Off to bed. Night night, EG. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You get yourself some good sleep. It's good to talk with you. Jashim, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it as well. You don't have the always known. For you, it's masculinity to be more and more jading, disconnect with your image, want clothes. Absolutely. Um, Easily corrected. Yeah, yeah. It's just like a little bit of a misinterpretation, but yeah, I mean, it's like adults definitely want children to be a certain way, and they are willing to hurt them to get them to be that way, and it sucks. For you, it's not even a realization thing. Definitely feels like the change you made yourself. That's really scary to think about because you spent so many years adjacent to queer circles saying repeatedly that it's a toxic and inappropriate thing to say about trans people. Oh, which part exactly? That it was a change that you made for yourself? Hmm. Hmm. Your mom once asked if growing up with five sisters and no brother contributed to being trans. In reality, it masked it and made it longer to take a figure out. I could see that being the case very easily. Yeah. Um, being around trans people could make you trans. Being around cis people would make you cis, and no one would be trans. Yeah, I don't. That's not quite what Derek is saying. I think. I think that you're. I think that that's true. That like you do have a good point there, right? That if it's a I don't even want to say the words. It's not a social contagion. If it were, it would work the other way too, right? Like so. Five siblings, how'd you even sleep or chill? It's a good question also. Um I think I maybe understand what you're talking about, Derek, but I'm not gonna put words in your mouth, so and if you don't want to clarify or if you don't want to like go down that route, it's totally understandable. It can be a lot to talk about. It can be a lot to talk about. Um you had it drilled in your head for years that being trans is something you realize you've always been, not just and removing the mask. Um I mean it's complicated. I wouldn't say that that's true for everybody, right? Um I wouldn't say that that's true for everybody. I don't know. It's a large spectrum, and everybody has a unique journey, and we're certainly not a monolith. So I do think that that is a common thing that people will realize that they've always been trans, but I don't know that's always a thing, you know. Um, but for me, honestly, for me, when I realized I was trans, I'm gonna put a little asterisk next to this. I didn't have dysphoria, which in reality, I did actually have dysphoria. I just did not realize it was dysphoria. But I didn't feel like I had dysphoria. But I did feel like I would be happier as a woman. So for me, I was transitioning. It didn't feel like I was transitioning because I was unhappy. Looking back at it now, I was, right? Um, but I wasn't like, I have to change because I'm unhappy. I felt very much like I have to change because I would be happier this other way. Which goes a little bit against like the common narrative, right? But it's still something I've heard quite a few people talk about as well. Or like, you're chasing the euphoria rather than like trying to avoid the dysphoria. Um, Put it another way, you would say a year ago that you're man. And that's totally okay. People can change. Yeah, people absolutely can change. Bit ago, you went on Reddit and found out that a lot of people still think sexuality and gender identity is a choice. Like, can we talk about that? Yeah, I mean, it's like wild. Um, I mean, there's a lot of years you were told that it's a very transphobic way to view trans people. People can have a lot of, oh my goodness. Sorry, I got like a cat hair. Um, my goodness. Um, so, my goodness. What I would, what I would say about that, Derek, is that I may not even be the best person to talk about this. Let me speak in maybe a more generic way, right? Um, sorry, you have a cat. You wish they had that problem. Oh, um, move on. No, no, no. If you want to move on, we can move on. Um, but what I was gonna say is that when it comes to a topic like being trans, um, because it is something that is so often a thing people have to fight for or justify, it like even sometimes like the medical establishment trying to like convince someone that you are trans, right? Like people can have very strong opinions about things that are very core to who they are. And they can also have really strong opinions about things that they feel might be threatened because they have been threatened in the past, even if they're not necessarily being threatened right now. I don't know that I'm saying this the best way. What I'm trying to getting at is, that when somebody tells you something like that's not the way that trans people view it, that's not the way some trans people view it, and some of them are really really certain about that, and feel like disagreement with that can be invalidating, but there are other people who believe the opposite and feel like trying to like say trans people have to be a certain way is also invalidating and they can have very strong opinions about it. And a lot of that comes from marginalized communities having to exist in a society that doesn't help them. Um, right? I don't know if that makes sense. But like I don't think from my personal perspective, Derek, I don't think that saying like, "Oh, you were a man a year ago," I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and saying like, "Oh, I changed and now I'm not." Right? That makes just as much sense as anything else people go through. Um, you're gonna leave. Oh, Crassitator, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a lovely outing at the restaurant. I hope that you have a good time and eat some good food. Kind of different for oneself versus trans people. You don't really need to be thinking of trans people defined, because you have a lot of reason to think about your own past. Ooh, I don't know that I get my brain around that. I think I maybe understand some elements of that, but not 100% sure. Um, the thing that you feel like really bad about yourself when you try to date someone IRL, because you're not out as trans yet, because you feel like you're lying to them. So you feel like you have to stop yourself from dating, flirting, having sex, all that, and you don't know. But okay, so that one is, I don't know. Ideally, you'd be able to find somebody who could like accept you for who you are, right? And I can understand feeling concern about them not accepting you if you do come out to them, right? But I don't think there's anything wrong with dating and like trying to find somebody. I do think that for myself, I recognize that my transition has been a period of like finding a lot out about myself, and I'm not personally in a place where like I feel like I would make a good and stable partner for somebody, which is like one of the primary reasons that I don't engage with like that sort of stuff. I can be like flirty, right? But like not like dating or anything like that. The book Whipping Girl addresses the male socialization myth incredibly well. It's and that innate thing can surface at any point in any life. Conversion therapy, male socialization work, then growing up in a strict religious and misogynistic environment would have made you cis. Sorry, one second. You didn't transition because you wanted to, or because it was easy. It's made your life harder and more miserable at times. You transitioned because you had to. You got to, especially if you want to stay alive. That is something I understand, and that is something that a lot of people goes through. Yeah. And that is also a good book. The idea that trans populations are higher when people's gender is affirmed. There's some truth when someone realizes it's okay to be trans, they will be more open. When it comes down to the fact that there is conclusion people would come to eventually, trans people feel okay to come out if there is a community. But there are many trans people who come out, even the communities where it's heavily discouraged. That is also very true. Having to defend transes from people makes the kind of general assumptions sometimes, yeah. You know what I mean? Big cloud of ideas, just something you're gonna have to have a hard time with, since you feel like you're not the perfect cookie cutter trans person that's used to explain things as cis people. You do not have to be a cookie cutter trans person, and you do not have to explain things to cis people. Cis people don't deserve any explanation at all. Nobody deserves any explanation. If you don't want to give someone an explanation, you don't fucking have to. Like, I'll stand by that. It's like dating someone, they're like a version of you that doesn't exist, if you know what I mean. I kind of, yes. Because like you're not being able to be your genuine self. But the way that I see it is like, okay, if you date somebody, right? Let's say you date somebody and you come out to them and they do not take it well and they split up with you. That sucks, but they were never going to accept your genuine self. And that is just sometimes how life is. If you date someone and you come out to them and they do accept you, um, essentially they are someone that you have trusted to show a more vulnerable and true part to, then they were going to be okay to date before or after coming out, right? Um, let's see. Do you have the thought in the back of your head, like it's too early for you to be allowed to have opinions on this, so you don't want to go too deep into it? And that's totally okay. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. You know that. Um, Sex is kind of the same to gender, but specifically English-speaking people do make that distinction between, to facilitate discourse. If you just claim sex equal gender, you'd think you're transphobic. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that can be the case because people do specifically do it that way. Um, but yeah, sometimes it's just shorthand or whatever. Not exactly what you meant. Like, you're not a good example of what trans people are like. What? Who is a good example of what trans people are like? Like, who is? Because if you point to someone that you think is a good example of trans people, um, I'm gonna be like, I don't really think that they like represent me, maybe. And if you point to me as a good example of a trans person, I'll be like, oh no 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 no, not me for sure. But what if they out you? That's also a very genuine fear. Um, and what I will say is, Kitty Sarah, it is important to pursue being who you are, but it is also important to be safe, right? And sometimes we do have to weigh those two things against each other, and sometimes we have to accept risks, and sometimes we have to accept discomfort. Um, but ultimately, hopefully, the goal is that you can get to a place where you don't have to be unsafe and you can be genuine. I never want anyone to like be stuck in a situation where that is like their long-term thing, where they have to like not be themselves and also be afraid, because that's not fair to them, right? Um, but yeah, like it is complicated dating as a trans person. It just is. I haven't even done it, and I know it's fucking complicated. I would be absolutely, it would be a daunting thing to attempt, to be honest. Um, yeah, maybe you can take risk. You're afraid of what can probably will go wrong. Your circle of friends is yeah. Not gonna elaborate on that. That's okay. You don't have to. I probably get a decent idea. Just hard explaining yourself on mobile keyboard. It it is, Derek, and I recognize that. I have been in a situation plenty of times before where, because it's not fair, right? Where like I have words that I can use, I can talk out loud, but y'all are typing, and I can have an idea, put it out there, and move on from it by the time someone else is able to like put three sentences together. And it's not a very fair dynamic, especially whenever we're talking about really complicated things like this. So treat yourself kind. The mobile keyboard sucks. It does. Detransitioning is very low. Majority of people who do it is because of social stigma. This is true. Um, a lot of people, there are some people who detransition because they find that it was not right for their journey, too. Like, Devin Price did that, author of Unmasking Autism, right? Um, but they also did not feel like it was the wrong choice for them to like attempt transitioning and like do that. It just wasn't the right choice for them in the long run. It was still something they didn't like regret, you know? It's so high because of the high stress, just existing in a society does not accept you. You know, so things, social transitioning should always be first step to let people feel it out. Medical transitions aren't done until later anyways. Often that's the case. I wouldn't say that that's always true, but often. Yeah. There were like 5 different conversations going on at some point there. A little bit, yeah. Ad break, greedy streamer. Okay, here's the thing. As soon as that ad break hits, I'm stepping away, feeding the cats, and I'm still gonna be gone when the ads are over because they take like a little while to eat. Make the long journey to the PC during the ad deal makes sense. Thanks you. Yeah. But yeah, like, and to put like a more specific point on what you were bringing up is like people feeling like there is a specific way to be trans. I sometimes see that in the transmedicalist community is the term that I think that they would probably use. And those people typically have the belief that a person is trans and like they're trans if they have a diagnosis. You know, they go to the doctor gives them the diagnosis, they have like always shown signs. They suffer from gender dysphoria and it is significantly impacting their life. And the way to fix that is medical intervention, right? Um, don't necessarily mean that as in they were trans. I know that you. Oh my god, fucking ad. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you very much for the time. 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, thank y'all very much for waiting for me there. I appreciate it. We are back. Thank you so much for following. That's quite a name. I don't know that I'm going to take a chance on pronouncing it, but thank you so much. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Um, I do. Blah, 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 blah. Discussion would be so much easier with an in-person roundtable discussion. Oh my goodness, that is so true. So true. Made it to BC. I am proud of you. I know it's not always easy. Some days it's harder than others. Oh, thank you so much for the 25 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. The biggest myth you see propagated that the left is lopping of genitals. Okay, yeah. But the furthest medical mention taken is puberty blockers. That is social transitioning is usually the first step, yeah. Um yeah. Um, Gonna indulge in the thing you see all the time as you were very brave for the most inconsequential things. That's fine. Friends are onto something with that. You were very brave. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ah, Andrew. Okay. Welcome in, Andrew. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for letting me know. I will try to remember how that is pronounced. um, Even states that are open to letting kids transition, not let them take further medical transitions until 18. It's not 100%, but that's close to true. Yes. Um, But let's see. So what I was getting at, Derek, is like people who have been forced to go through a system, like a medical system, to justify who they are, um, and like to prove it at every step of the way in order to get the things that they need, can feel threatened by people not going through that system and like trying to like taking up the same label, and then because it can seem invalidating, like, oh, they didn't go through all the same steps that I did. They must be faking it or lying, or, they're going to make me look bad, or like whatever it might be, whatever it might be. There's a lot of different thought processes, right? But you can think about how someone who had to fight their way through a hostile system might come to strong feelings and conclusions about things, right? And then on the other side of it, right, is that people who don't go through that hostile system, who can like feel like it's okay to self-identify as trans, or um you know pick up and drop different labels, people who like gender is what's like gender is a social construct, like all the things, like they can see people being like, you have to transition in a specific medical way and get all of these things done in a specific set of steps. That can be seen as like really gatekeeping and like a rigid way of doing things. And you can also see how a group like that might have very strong reactions to people saying that they have to do things a certain way. And then if you have both of those groups, right, who are, have like a different way of viewing at things, because again, trans people are not monoliths. We're all different. We're all unique. Um, but then from the outside, you have society saying and doing certain things that is, by and large, highly anti-trans in the vast majority of places, if not like outright hostile to the point of eradication. Um, you can understand how the trans community as a whole might feel very strongly defensive about things. And this is a really, really long way of saying that if someone said something to like that to you, that doesn't mean that they're right or anything. It's just it may be coming from just a certain place, right? That they may not even like realize themselves is kind of what I'm getting at. I'm sorry it took so long to get there. Um, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell anybody who's trans and who's not, right? I think that's everybody has their own journey to decide. There are people who change genders on a day-to-day or an hour-by-hour basis sometimes, right? And that's cool. That's fine. There are people who had to fight through a horrible system, and my heart goes out to them. But like, they're no less valid, right? Um, I think there are many, many, many ways that people can be. It just probably as many ways as there are different people. So if you're like a year ago I was a man, that can be true, right? And today you can be different. Having to defend transness from people who are 100% on the outside needs something to simplify the situation rhetorically. Uh-huh. It's very I mentioned this with like being gay, but like as a trans person, it is a very powerful tool, whether or not it is true, to tell cis people, I have always known, I will always know, and this is an intrinsic part of my being, because saying things like that is one of the few ways we can get recognition in this world, right? If people are like, "Oh, I didn't really know," this is like a new thing for me, um, people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, well that's not fucking real," right? Um, and so like, that can be something that we fall into in order to uh, I don't know, further the cause as it is, the cause for like trying to get equality. More about preventing certain sex characteristics to proceed at first. Future transition be easier. Puberty blockers are matched with used by intersex people. Usually, interventions are applied in order to make them cis. We have interventions that are used without knowledge of intersex people when they're younger, and they always carve out exceptions for those too. Sorry, Kitty Sarah. Let's see. Thank you for hearing me out today. Genuinely such an amazing person to talk to, and you mean this. I appreciate that. Thank you. I try to be me. I try to be me. I try to have these conversations when they come up because I feel like they are pretty important, right? Take out the world. We all feel it next Friday. I wish. I wish. Um, but yeah, like these conversations can be important. Sometimes they're important to just a single person. Sometimes they're important to a lot of people. Sometimes it's just getting things off our chest. You know. Um, I just like to have that space. I didn't I'm not like a just chatting streamer specifically, but I guess I do that a lot at this point because I do tend to talk a lot. So I did not expect the stream to be like this today. I thought for sure we are gonna play games. I was like, I don't know what game we're gonna play, and I never had the opportunity to even look. But I appreciate you, Derek. I appreciate you. I love so many little things about you. They start dismissing it because it's natural to be skeptical of a new thing. It very much is, and like I've seen this like in action with somebody. What, Derek? What's the matter? I seen this in action with somebody, right? My neighbor was like, trying to be open and like understanding, right? But she found like a thing online where like a trans person who worked with DoorDash or something, right? Took food to somebody's house and the person was transphobic, and the DoorDasher was like, "Well, fine, I'm just gonna take your food. Like, fucking get somebody else to do it, right?" And my neighbor was like, isn't their reaction just so horrible? Like, they're gonna give trans people such a bad name and everything like that. And I was like, you gotta understand, for a person to do that, that ain't their first time hearing that shit, right? Like, they've been to door after door after door and had that same thing thrown into their face again and again and again, right? Like, what they did, I don't know if it was right or wrong, but I know why they did it. And, a cis person, she had such a hard time wrapping her head around the idea that a trans person could just have so much legitimate anger that they would, quote unquote, like overreact to a situation like that. And I'm like, you just don't understand the kind of pressure that we're under sometimes. Like, having to always justify yourself, having to always it's a lot. But like, and that's the same kind of thing where like, that's a cis person being like a trans person's gotta be a certain way, right? Oh, look, they're such an awful trans person. They're so mean. They're giving everybody a bad name, and that's why people don't like trans people. And I'm like, no, people don't like trans people, and then we get upset about it, rightfully. This person got fired as well because why not? That would probably be the case because that is typically how like the DoorDash and Grubhub and stuff work. They're really shitty where if you miss a certain number of orders, you just get like put on a low priority and then eventually just cut. So yeah, very likely. Even like one or two complaints is enough to completely ruin your career, quote unquote career as a freelance gig worker. Blocking secondary sex characteristics is considered medical transition, just like using Spire to further hair loss. Yes, a medical treatment that's not actively changing something is still medical treatment. Yes, the injustice towards intersex folks is a whole separate thing. Yes. So what I think Raz means is like surgical treatment specifically, which is incredibly rare for people under the age of 18. Um, and I think that what Raz means is with like puberty blockers, it is a medical intervention, but it isn't changing they're not like transitioning. You are merely delaying puberty until a decision can be made, maybe. Again, I don't want to speak for anybody, but I think that's what might be doing. You're gonna do something real quick? Absolutely. Take care of yourself. Um, but that being said, like it would be nice to have been like, I don't want to go through puberty right now. I want to put that off until later, right? Like even a cis person, I could see finding that very convenient, and in fact, they do with like precocious puberty and stuff like that. Once someone quits taking them, they will undergo biological puberty. There can be negative side effects, and they often are not prescribed unless seen as necessary. None of the side effects are told. Yes, yeah. So I think the distinction that we're making here is like terminology around like medical transition versus medical intervention versus like um, surgical intervention, and they're all slightly different things. Typically, so speaking about gender affirming care that is not reversible or difficult to reverse, I think that's probably what Raz is getting into. Like actually starting the process of being on HRT for the purposes of conforming to the identity that you hold. Yes, because like being on HRT, right? I have grown la booba, and if I were to stop HRT, I would still have la booba, regardless, because it is like a permanent change. You can like have surgery, right? And like have that taken care of if that's something that's important. But also like going through puberty or like if a trans man gets on testosterone and grows facial hair is gonna just stick around. It's gonna stay, right? The MK? Yeah, it did. It absolutely did. I love it. I love that name. Oh my God, it's so cute. No, 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 I love that. The MK. I love it. The MK. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That's so cool. Good choice. Like a legitimately good choice. Um, thank you, absolutely. Like that's so cool. I didn't know what you were stepping away to do. I thought, well, let's just say when Yachty says that, I have a specific idea in mind of what she's going to step away and do. But I didn't think that was the case, but I was like, maybe. I don't know. No, the MK. That's really nice. It's a good name. It's a good name. I think that it's really nice because it is both like visually easy to pronounce, right? Like you look at it, the MK, um, but also like it's unique, right? I haven't seen a lot of people spell out um, letters in their name like that necessarily. It's a like a more rare thing, and it's not very usual whenever it's just like a couple letters like this. You gotta go do that in 12 more places today. Also post, Gushie, not really that Gushie posted, wrote up yesterday. Heck yeah. I wish you the best of luck on that. You got this. You got this. First step. I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us here. Like, for real. I'm glad that you felt safe enough that you were comfortable doing that here today, right now. Oh my goodness. Where's my voice? My voice? I still got a voice, right? Yeah. We're fine. I'm like, do we play a game? No, we don't have any time to play a game. I'm gonna say that I let y'all know now, kind of like ahead of time, that where'd my chat go? Hang on a sec. Where'd my chat go? I can't see. I literally lost um some words. I don't see a chat history. Give me a second. Proud of you? Absolutely proud of you. Let me go to Stream Manager because I just logged into Twitch. See if it has my history. What I was gonna say, y'all, is that we are gonna be rating out in a bit. I don't know like the exact time. It's now. It's now. We're gonna be rating out now. I'm gonna go see Ashena, and Ashena is playing Nine Souls, and I want to be there for that. You know, it's really cool. Is he really cool? You're right here. It's good. All right, let me get this raid kicked off. I want to do this like immediately. Y'all, I'm so excited for this. It's so much fun. This was always the plan, by the way. Can we go live and stream? Yep. Morning, Minty. We're actually rating out right now. Rating out right now. Give me just a second here. Everything is reloading on OBS. Why? What is going on? It's spazzing out. Oh my god, are you serious? It just logged me out of everything. Okay. Give me a second, y'all. I can no longer see what you're saying. OBS is fucked. I can't type. I can't raid without like logging back into everything. Pulling up Stream Manager. So, sorry, I can't like do my normal thing. Come up with a great raid message for me. It was lovely to get to talk with y'all. It's lovely to get to talk with y'all. Let's see. Phoebe raid. Yay. You wish you could watch the stream? Well, yeah. So, I wrote the shot collar mod. That's kind of why I want to be there. Um, it was a very lovely time. It's very lovely. Yay! Okay, there we go. So yeah, Phoebe raid. It's gonna be real basic today. Just Phoebe raid. Yeah, yes, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Absolutely. Always happy. Always so happy. Surgical transition can still happen under 18, despite how uneasy that can feel. Remember that decision still lies between the doctor's parents. Yeah. Yeah, it can still happen. It's a very rare situation, but it can happen. And it's always like that's never something that happens like without a lot going on. So, the raid is going. I'm just gonna go ahead and raid now because OBS is so fucked, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll be streaming tomorrow, and I hope to catch all of you then.